and we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to Just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't want to talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats would tell lies that they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the fam. Salute to everybody in the building on this Good Friday, man. We are back to wrap up the week, back to get boxing as just do, back to cook a little bit, chat a little bit, you know, build a little bit. Y'all know how we do over here, man. How y'all feeling today on this Good Friday, man? Another week of boxing in the books, man. Another week of boxing. How y'all feeling today, man? Y'all already know if y'all catch this on the playback, sub to the channel, come join the fam, turn them notifications on, smash that like button, man. Y'all know how we do. What's going on with the fam, man? Let me say what's up to everybody real quick. Ashley's Corner was good, cuzzo. How you feeling? Driving, safe travels as always. BC, my bro, was good with it, BC. How you feeling? Miss Joe S, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? Tim, my guy, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you stopping through. Undercard boxing was good. What he say? You ready for the rematch? Yeah, I know, man. We gonna talk about it all today, man. We gonna talk about it. Food for thought. What's good with the family? How you feeling, bro? What's good with y'all? Some good cards on today's posted in your community. Appreciate your undercard, always keeping us in the loop. And salute to my bro LWBoxing, man. He dropped a interesting fight in my lap. That's gonna be on the Canelo and Charlo undercard. And I for one, I think that's a real good fight. But it's a dangerous fight. It's a very dangerous fight. I'm gonna just be honest. It's a dangerous fight, but it's a good fight for ERICKSON Lubin. He got his get back win. Got himself back into the win column his last fight out. A few weeks back or a month or so, however long ago it was, against Luis Arias. He got him a knockout win. He looked impressive. He looked sharp. He didn't look gun shy. He looked hungry still. So I like You know, I like the get back fight for Lubin with you know, Cuba Aries. Now, you know, Jesus Ramos though is just a different ball game. That's a young, hungry, strong kid, man. He's a big, young 154 pounder too, man. The kid easily look like he could be at 160 or 68 easily because he's so big. And if y'all seen it, I don't know if people seen you know, Jesus last fight, Ramos' last fight. When he fought Joey Spencer, man, and he treated Joey Spencer, bro. He treated Joey Spencer like he didn't belong in there with him. And they looked like they were in separate weight classes, man. That was the first time I seen Joey Spencer, you know, not look effective in the fight and not look like he could hurt the guy he was in there with. It was surprising to see, man. And, you know, like I said, that kid Ramos is just huge. He's a big kid, man. So again, this gonna be a good fight. This is definitely a good fight for the undercard of Canelo and Charlo, man. I could look forward to this. You know what I mean? It's definitely a dangerous fight. Mo boxing, no problem. What's going on, fam? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. Yeah, Ramos is definitely a problem, man. And he gonna be a problem for ERICKSON Lubin because, you know, I think right off the bat, two things that he's gonna have to be very aware of. You know, three, if you want to be honest. This kid got a good gas tank, so his conditioning is A1. He don't have a problem there. You know, he throw a ton of punches, man. He's very active, man. This dude lets his hands go. You know, he don't hesitate to let them things fly. And he got some real punching power in both hands, I believe. So I think, you know, just looking at Lubin's history and, you know, his losses, you know what I'm saying? He took some tough losses in his career. And this could very well be one if he's not smart and careful. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be very important for him to establish himself very early in this fight because he allows this young Jesus Ramos to get any confidence. He's gonna be tough to deal with. This young guy really different, man. And he's been showing it, man. He's been showing it. I've been wanting to see him fight. He was supposed to fight more recently on the card. He had to pull out due to a hand injury. He really wanted to push through it, but he couldn't. And I respect that. Just a young, hungry kid. I'm going to pull his record up, man. So everybody know where we going. We just going to cook a little bit today. LaMarcus, what's good, fam? How you feeling? Yeah, but Ramos is it, man. He one of the young talents at 54 that I think is going to be around for a while. I could see that dude possibly snatching up a title depending on how everything, you know, go with Charlo. If he's to truly come back down to, you know, 54, I know that's just going to be tough to do. Coming back all the way back down after going all the way up, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that'll be the smartest thing, and I think it'll be very risky. But who knows? We've seen crazier things in boxing. It wouldn't be the strangest thing in the world to see, you know, Charlo come back down. But I'm truly not going to be surprised if that's not something he does. You know what I mean? Kello, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. C. Duke Berry, what's good, bro? What's good with it, man? Yeah, this is on the on the undercard of Canelo and Charlo and Kello. So it's supposed to be locked in. I know it was some a little bit of talk about who Shakur's next opponent was. And just for people that don't know, I don't know if y'all caught it, Jack Catterall will be fighting Jorge Linares next. Jack Catterall will be fighting Jorge Linares, man. Jorge, man, got to give it to him. That dude continued to fight. He was hungry. I hope he still, you know, I hope he in tip-top shape when you get in there because Catterall has been on a little tear lately, man. But yeah, that's supposed to be for Canelo and Charlo. So that's one fight that you know, somebody dropped that in my lap. So salute to my bro for letting me in on that one, man. Look, I like Lubin. I like to see him back in the ring. Like I said, he had a good win over Luis Arias, but make no mistake about it, Jesus Ramos is a whole different ball game. He's young, hungry, fresh. He's strong. He everything you don't need in a young opponent, you know what I'm saying? But Lubin ain't gonna back down from a challenge. Like, we know this guy, he don't duck smoke and things like that. So it'll be no different here. You get what I'm saying? It's just not a fight that I seen coming down the pipe. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't see this one coming. But again, I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Erickson Lubin just not a guy that shies away from challenges. And like I said, this ain't going to be no different when you get in there with this young boy. But as you can see, Jesus Ramos 20-0, 16 KOs. He got an 80% KO ratio, and his power is real. He's a southpaw, so this is going to be very interesting to watch, man. 5'10", 72-inch reach. He's a big kid, man. He made Joey Spencer look like he didn't belong in there with him and got him out of there in 7. I knew Joey Spencer was in for a tough fight. When I seen him get dropped in the first round, the way he got dropped, I was like, oh, man, it's about to be rough for him. He just couldn't do anything at all with Ramos, man. And this dude just been on a tear, man. He piling up the wins right now. Get him saying he was the one that gave Mendoza his loss. You know what I'm saying? Brian Mendoza. He beat Brian Mendoza, gave him his second loss. So he definitely a credible opponent, more than credible. You know what I'm saying? We know Lubin. We know Lubin profile, man. It's another one. So again, it's gonna be a fun fight to watch. I can't wait to see it. It's a dangerous fight. Lubin is 25-2. 18 KOs, you get what I'm saying? He can punch pretty well himself. You get what I'm saying? 27 years old, he's 5'11" with a 74.5-inch reach. So, I always say, he got the inch in height and he got a couple inches in reach. The height don't fight, but the reach can teach. We know Erickson Lubin definitely can fight. He can punch. You get what I'm saying? He's a southpaw as well, so this is going to be southpaw versus southpaw. Very interesting matchup, man. Know these dudes probably going to be jockeying for position in there, and it's going to be interesting to see. This is, again, another dangerous fight for Erickson Lubin, but, that's just what it is, man. He's trying to get his way back to title contention, man, so what better way to do it than taking on these tough challenges, man. So Luis Arias, that was a fight I expected him to win. Like I said, he went in there and got Aries out of there in 5, and I don't think he lost a round at all. He didn't get hit a lot in that fight. He controlled the fight from the opening bell all the way up into the TKO. It was a very sharp, clean performance for Lubin. Didn't take a lot of shots or anything like that. So, and I appreciated the fact, I like the fact that he wasn't gun shy in this fight. You get what I'm saying? You didn't see no effects from the Fedora fight. You get what I'm saying? He didn't come in there and be hesitant and overthinking, gunshot, not letting his hands go. None of that was the case for him. So I think he's in good shape, man. It's just you got to put the game plan together and come out here and box this young kid because he gonna do he gonna give him everything he looking for. You know what I'm saying? The young Ramos gonna give him everything he looking for. He throw a lot of punches, power in both hands. Like I say, he got A1 conditioning in my opinion. Got a pretty solid chin. He can fight, man. He can fight. It's going to be a tough fight for Lubin for sure, man. It's definitely going to be a tough fight. But that's what you in it for. Right, Lubin got some power also. Facts, bro. Got undercard boxing, my bro. What's good with it, Marquay? What's good, family? How you feeling, bro? So, again, this is something that I ain't expect. But nonetheless, man, I'll take the good fights anywhere I could get them. This is of that 50-50, elk that we be talking about. This is the type of fights you want to see. Competitive fights where, you might can lean towards one guy or the other based on what you think you're seeing. But at the end of the day, 50-50 fights are fights that either guy really can win on a night. So although I know a lot of people just going into this and you just looking from the outside looking in, you look at it on paper, I feel it. A lot of people going to go with Ramos and for good reason, and right. But I'm just of the belief not to count a guy out, especially a guy like Lubin. He got some experience, you know what I'm saying? He has some big fights. He's been on the, the losing end of a couple fights, but, losing is part of the game, right? It's not how you lose, it's how you respond, right? And I think since losing to, y'all give me one quick second. I got a quick phone call. Give me one quick second, y'all. My bad, y'all. That was the I don't know if y'all remember when I interviewed the young kid, the #1 ranked amateur, Keith Cologne. You know, he's supposed to be fighting again. I think he's, you know, his pops just told me fighting a #1 ranked amateur. And I think he said for Mexico because Puerto Rico flaked on him. So he's going to send me a link so I can watch him. And like I said, if y'all remember that interview I did with the young kid, Keith Cologne, you know, look out for him, man. He coming, man. That's a hell of a talent, man. I'm telling you, that young kid really can fight. Rolling with Lubin, but this one's super close. Facts, bro. It is. Edgar Chavez jersey is in the building. What's good, my bro? Lubin is in the Joey Spencer. Facts. 10K, what's good with it? Lubin is pegged to fight Jesus Ramos, bro. Jesus Ramos laced out. What's good with it, family? How you feeling? Athletic mind, my guy. What's good, bro? How you feeling? Yeah, Jesus Ramos. So it should be a fun one, y'all. This is one that I didn't expect. It came down the pipe. It'll be a good fight, some back and forth action. Lubin just he got to come to box this kid, man. I'm telling you, if you allow Jesus Ramos to establish his rhythm and you know what I'm saying, his pace, more so his pace, you get what I'm saying? It could be dangerous, man. It could be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I seen he just took Joey Spencer apart for those 7 rounds, bro. It wasn't competitive. It wasn't even mildly competitive. Joey Spencer just couldn't do nothing with him. Couldn't hurt him. Get him saying, even when he hit him clean, it just didn't phase him. Like, so Lubin gonna really have to bring it. He's gonna have to come to box this kid. You know what I'm saying? Box and get yours and get up out of there. Don't get too greedy. You get what I'm saying? Definitely don't stand right in front of this kid because he gonna give you everything you're looking for. Like I said, height don't fight, but reach can teach, man. Y'all know I've been saying that a little bit lately. I expect, you know, Lubin gonna have to utilize some couple inches of reach that he got, man. He gonna have to. Yeah, he be coming behind that high guard of Canelo, and he be letting them things fly. You get what I'm saying? He don't do nothing super special on defense. You get what I'm saying? To an extent, his offense be his defense in some cases, but he is responsible to some degree out there, right? He ain't just a guy mindlessly coming forward. That's why I'm impressed with him because, you know, he's young, talented kid, man. He really can fight. He really got some skill with him, man. And I like him. He's only 22. He only 22 years old, man. So he making his way. Joshua Cabrera was good with it. Yeah, definitely he'll be back. Hey, man. If he had a little bit more pop, Joshua, it would have been a different fight, bro. He was boxing Pitbull. He made Pitbull look very, very average to me, in my opinion. Pitbull looked very, very average, man. Very average. I just wasn't impressed at all. Greeks with 5. What's good with the Greeks? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you stopping through. Yeah, he'll be back for sure, man. I like the way he approached that fight, man. He just wanted to box him, move, not stand in front of him too much. He took some really good shots. Cabrera got a chin, man. He got a chin. He made me feel like, you know, Pitbull definitely, you know, don't deserve no Tank rematch or none of that. He had his hands full with Cabrera. And the boxing and moving that he did in spots, he did some good boxing on the night. That's not a loss that you hang your hat. You know what I'm saying? I know it ain't no moral victories in boxing, but nonetheless, that was a solid performance, man. He came up short, but Pitbull definitely didn't have his way with him. You get what I'm saying? At all. And he was talking all this knockout stuff. He's gonna knock him out, and you ain't come close. You know what I'm saying? So good fight, solid fight for Cabrera more so than Pitbull. I just not impressed with Pitbull at this stage. Facts, Joshua. He'll be back, bro. He'll be back. He'll definitely be back. But just to finish up, man, for those that just came through, Jesus Ramos is pegged to fight ERICKSON Lubin, man. So that's gonna be a good fight to look out for. Y'all look out for that, man. And in terms of we already knew what it was with Shakur. Like I told people, they was swirling the rumors with Shakur and Jorge Linares. So for those that was thinking that was a possibility, that's not. Jorge Linares will be fighting Jack Catterall. Forget the date. I got to look it up, but it's already out there. They got a fight poster and everything. Delevator X was good with it. Lubin got to bring that fight to Ramos and use his footwork. Should be a banger. Absolutely, bro. He got a boxing move. Not know what I'm saying, get his and get up out of there. Don't create a moving target for this kid, because if you're stationary, he's gonna eat you up. He's gonna eat you up. He got power in both hands, and he's a two-handed fighter, meaning he don't rely too heavily on one punch to get the job done. And guys like that are dangerous. Power in both hands, high volume, good conditioning to back up the fact that he throws a lot. You get what I'm saying? A high guard, he fights behind that high guard, nothing crazy defensively, but he is responsible on defense, and he knows how to protect himself. He knows his way around that ring. So this is definitely going to be a tough fight for ERICKSON Lubin for sure. You know what I'm saying? JJ, salute, fan. It's just not one he can't win. You get what I'm saying? It's not one he can't win. It's not one he can win, but it's going to be tough. That young boy be bringing in. Salute to the. It's another one, man. If y'all haven't checked out the bro, check out the bro, LWBoxing. He's like a human fax machine, bro. Human fax machine. Always calling that shit how it is, and he the one that let me know about this fight right here. So I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be a banger, I think. But again, this dude gonna have to, Lubin gonna have to he gonna have to go in his bag for this one. You get what I'm saying? You can't go in there and just try to bang it out with him at all. You get what I'm saying? It just wouldn't be smart. So I think it's going to be in your best interest to go about your business in an intelligent fashion, man. I want to see you box this kid. You get what I'm saying? Because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. Okay, so cool. That's cool. So this fight with Keith Cologne start at 7 o'clock my time. We about to for red corner, Virgin Islands versus Mexico. Cool. We gonna see that. Fast Still, what's going on, family? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you in the building. Yeah, definitely gonna be. That's gonna fill that card out, right, man? 88 Sports Talk. What's good, fam? How you feeling? It's tough fights without a title shot, right? Yeah. You know they're gonna make him get it out the mud. Fast Still. It's all good though, man. Lubin, Lubin don't duck no smoke, so it's all good. Definitely a tough fight for him, man. But man, PBC put their fighters in there tough. They match their fighters tough. You know what I'm saying? So it's no surprise that he actually got to fight this kid. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to tune in for. I'm glad to see. Great fights are continuing to be made, man. This has been really one of the best years in my opinion for boxing. It's been a great year. It's been a dope year for the sport, man. Yes, sir. We gonna watch this, man. I'm gonna be off by the time. I'm gonna check this Keith Cologne fight out, man. This young kid could fight, man. Young kid remind me he got some skills. So he got a skill set that's reminiscent of some things that Shakur doing there for real. I was like, man, this young boy can fight. #1 ranked amateur out of Puerto Rico. I'm like, yes, sir, man. He nice. I'm not aware of anything else on the card. That one was dropped in my lap. Brody let me know about that. Appreciate him. Always dropping the info in the lap. 817, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling? Yeah, he definitely got to win, Fast Still. He got to win, bro. That's the Canelo and Charlo card, bro. Canelo and Charlo. D Free, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling? Appreciate you sliding through. It's something I wanted to switch up, man, that I ain't gonna spend too much time on, but I gotta get my thoughts on this, man, because I'm all for women challenging themselves and being great and things of that manner, but it do get to a point where I draw the line, man. It's Elijah Pierce fighting on. I think he fighting on solid Filipino. Is he? Elijah Pierce been getting that work in. But yeah, man, a fight that I'm not interested in seeing at all, and I don't understand why boxing is entertaining it. This whole fight between Clarissa Shields and Keith Thurman. I mean, man, listen. I don't think it's too many people that love the GOAT more than I love the GOAT, right? It ain't too many people that can love what she do in that ring more than I do, right? Tay, salute, Queen. How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. But this is where I draw the line. This whole notion, my bad, I got the wrong thing up. This whole notion that she gonna just go in there and beat up Keith Thurman. I think that's wild. I think Keith Thurman need to stay in touch with reality, bro. The last thing you need to do as an active fighter here is participate in any charity events. You get what I'm saying? It's a joke for your career. The fact that you even entertaining is pissing me off. Like, I don't know. She posted a poster and all types of stuff. I don't want to see that, man. Like, what the hell? I don't want to see it if it's for charity. They got 30-ounce gloves on and headgear. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, where is we at in boxing? Like, it's enough great boxing going on this year for stuff like that not to happen. And I love me some Clarissa Shields, bro, but that's a whole grown man. That's you get what I'm saying? World-class fighter Keith Thurman is. I don't care what nobody think about it. That's a world-class fighter. Ain't no female about to get in there and beat that man up. Like, I don't know where that's coming from. I don't even understand how it's a thing, but it ain't cool, yo. It ain't funny and none of that. What is they on exactly, bro? Like, they on something. They on a different type of time. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, bro. I don't like it. Yeah, they tripping. They bugging out, man. Facts, JJ. It's a lose-lose for him, bro. I'm not with it. I am not with it. Yeah, Jorge Linares and Jack Catterall. That's why I was telling people so they don't gotta be worried that Shakur is fighting Jorge Linares. That's not the fight for him. You get what I'm saying? They already trying to play with it. Kello, like you said, I don't like it me either. Tay. They tripping. And I love Clarissa, but nah. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is be a little bit more patient, and Shadasia Green is right there for you. You get what I'm saying? You ain't gotta fight no man. You could fight somebody that don't fight like a woman. Shadasia Green got that. She got them skills, man. Keith ain't got no sense talking about, yeah, it's for charity. Nah, no, not for charity. Mike, what's good, my bro? How you feeling? What if she do be a Keith? You know, at that point, D Free, at that point, bro, at that point, he got to retire, bro. At that point, he has to retire. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even up to him no more. It ain't up to him. It's out of his hands at that point. You go in there and get beat up by the GOAT if you want to, bro. Go in there and get beat up by the GOAT if you want to. It'll be the worst thing. Funny how quick he is to fire. And that's what I'm saying. 817, he opened himself up to this stuff. Don't be stupid, Keith. Leave this where it belongs. In Fantasy Island, bro. Leave it in Fantasy Island, bro. Don't even think about this. You know, everybody hates you if you did this. You think people don't like you now? You think, Keith Thurman think people don't like him now, bro? Nah, bro. You fight Clarissa Shields, people really not going to like you, bro. I just don't like it. I don't know where they getting off. It ain't fun. It ain't cool. It ain't what's up. Like, they tripping. We got other stuff. You got Shadasia Green as a couple fights away from being able to realistically challenge you, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see that instead. Let's see that. Keith Thurman. You got guys around still. You get what I'm saying? You got the young, hungry Boots Ennis. You got far too many fighters in the game to be even entertaining fighting a female. It's in bad taste. It's a lose-lose situation. There's no way you could come out on top. If she beat you up, that's the end of you. You beat her up, people not gonna like you. Nobody's gonna respect it. And people, you just making a mockery out of your own career at this point, because ain't nobody gonna take none of that serious. You get what I'm saying? You're an active fighter, bro. PJ's big dog in the building. What's good, family? You know what I mean? You gotta chill out, man. Clarissa by TKO. Aunt McQueen, what's good, my bro? Mandated retirement. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm telling you. It's mandatory that you retire, you lose. Got these people out here playing all these good fights to be made, all that smoke for you at 147 if you really want it. Boy, you don't stop playing with no Clarissa Shields, man. They got a whole fight poster, man, bro. Man, this is alarming, bro. They got fight posters talking about it's for charity. Man, I don't like it. I'm trying to tell y'all, they acting crazy. Fate, my bro, was good with it. Retirement soon means 2 more big fights. Oh, you talking about it's not Canelo. He just want to make bread right now. Facts. But I wasn't going to spend too much time on this, right? Because I just don't see this as something that need to take place. It's not good for boxing, and it's no disrespect to neither of the participants. The biggest issue is the only issue is man versus woman, and we don't need that in the sport and to no capacity. I don't want to see Keith Thurman in the ring with no Clarissa Shields unless you holding her belts for her, bro. You on the other side of her to fight her, you bogus as hell, bro. You bogus, and I would never want to care to see you fight again. You will make a joke out of your career, bro. And this is with no disrespect. I don't tear down fighters, but I just think this would be a bad career move. Let her be great, how she been being great, and you get back at it, man. We ain't seen you since Barrios. We ain't seen you since Barrios, and we definitely don't need to see you against Clarissa. Respectfully. And Clarissa Shields, I know you getting impatient. Know you the baddest woman out there, but you got a Shadeja Green that'll give you, I think, all that you're looking for in terms of a challenge, right? I know you beat a lot of, you ran through damn near the who's, right? You beat everybody, right? You beat the girl that they said beat you in the amateurs that never really beat you, right? You ran through them all. Franchon Cruz, Christina Hammer, you name them. Hannah Gabriels, you beat them, right? Savannah Marshall, the most recent victim. But you stay a little bit more patient, man, because I think her and Shadeja Green is a big fight. I really do. Thurman should fought for that hairline. Thurman versus Stan Unity don't have an opponent. You get what I'm saying? Salute to my cousin. He got to stop playing, bro. He got to fight. He got to fight, man. He got to fight because this ain't it, Keith Thurman. Like you've been very vocal about people fights. Like, look, Terence Crawford just fought, right? He just beat Errol Spence. I know they might have some business still, but then you claim that your face won't look like that because you got feet and all this stuff. So again, if you got feet and your face won't look like that because you can move and stick and move and all this stuff, why are you entertaining this? This is not good for boxing. Clarissa Shields, we love you. And I think I could speak for a lot of people when I say we love you, but we don't want to see this. We know that you are great, but this is where the buck stops. This is where you got to draw the line in boxing for the integrity of the sport. This is disrespectful to the sport, bro. It really is. He's an active fighter. I could see if he was some old retired guy and maybe you wanted to entertain it, I still would be against it. But y'all both active. You in your prime, he's in the, the twilight of his career. He at the tail in his career, truth be told. But this boxing don't call for this. This been way too great of a year for this. And I mean, this is coming from a place with the utmost respect, but this is wild. This is wild. You already got all these influencers that flooded the market, oversaturated the market with a lot of BS mediocre fights because these dudes are playing boxing. This will be y'all impression of this, y'all worst impression of playing boxing. This will be as close to playing boxing as y'all two world-class athletes could come. This doesn't need to happen at all. And I mean that, and I keep saying this, I mean that respectfully because people be in their feelings. Hey, man, no need to be in your feelings. This is, I'm not for a man getting in the ring with a woman. I don't care if you're at the end of your career. You better make it count. Again, you just said you got feet and all this stuff. Well, use that against these dudes that want smoke. You got too much smoke at 147 to be talking about fighting some female, bro. And ain't nobody gonna like you talking about fighting the baddest one, man. Ain't nobody gonna like that. Nobody wants to see it, bro. Nobody. I don't. And again, listen, respect to Clarissa. I get it. You done beat up some guys and all that. You done beat up some guys and, you feel good. You done touched some guys up in the gym. But Keith Thurman ain't none of them dudes. And that's what headgear on and all types of stuff. You get what I'm saying? Joe, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? James, what's good, fam? Appreciate you stopping through. I thought it was not to hit a woman. I wouldn't even entertain fighting it. Yeah, bro. You get what I'm saying? His manager needs to step in. I'm telling you, bro. This point does say about you. I'm telling you, bro. And again, we can't take him serious. The poster is cool, but the fighters on the poster with each other is not cool, bro. This is not cool for the sport. I would love to know what it is that she see in him that makes her feel like he's food for her. I would love to know. Like, I know he ain't been looking like a killer of late, but still, this Keith Thurman we talking about, bro. Like, this Keith Thurman is still a world-class fighter with one loss. He only lost to Manny Pacquiao, who's what, a Hall of Famer? You get what I'm saying? Like, nah. Draw the line. You got some more greatness to achieve. Like I said, you got Deja Green. That's a couple fights away from being able to realistically challenge you for what I would believe will be one of the biggest women's fights to make in boxing, because she really has the skill set and the power, the IQ and things to really give you all that you need in the challenge, right? You get what I'm saying? And I don't think it'll be nobody in here that'll be against seeing, Deja Green challenge Clarissa Shields. That'd be great for boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jake Sutton. Yeah, he is, yo. He is 817. I ain't like that stuff he was doing. It was a little weird for me. He's just doing it for attention. This fight will not ever happen. It better not, but they talking about for charity. That's the part that makes me feel like it can possibly happen, because they putting that to it now. So, and he mentioned charity. So I'm like, nah, bro. Nah, this is what Just Do draw the line, yo. You tripping. We don't want to see you challenge Clarissa to no capacity, bro. None. You want to prove that you still that guy. You, like I said, you got too much smoke to even be entertaining this, and this is not good for boxing. Women don't belong in the ring with men in no combat sport, bro. Not challenging them in no combat sport. We understand y'all want y'all respect and things like that, but that ain't the way to get it, man. That ain't the way to get it, man. Hold on, I missed somebody in here, so I'm just kidding. I seen Al Booger in here. Al Booger, salute, fam. Appreciate you pulling up. Pardon me, I had missed you. RSV, what's good with it, fam? WC was sanctioned such an event. They better not even sanction this charity. They better put it on the headgears of 16-ounce gloves. They better wear some 30 ounces, man. Oh, they don't make them? Well, y'all better make some custom joints. Because don't nobody want to see no girl get punched by Keith Thurman, who's a world-class fighter. And I know it's easy to, take him as a joke as of lately, but he's still a man, and this is not good. This is not good at all. Get what I'm saying? This is not good at all. You know why you're not accepting? You can't cancel so he'll fight illegally. Hey, Detroit, BC, what's good, fam? David Milner, what's good, fam? So no win. Fight, right. It's no upside for Thurman, right? You just gonna get ridiculed and criticized, and deservingly so. Stop playing around with your career, Keith Thurman. We rock with you. We still respect you. We still look at you as a world-class athlete. I understand you only got one loss. I understand you still got some tread left on that tire. How much tread remains to be seen, but his next move better be his best move. But if this is his next move, I'm no longer, and this is with the utmost respect, if this is his next move and he does this to any capacity, this is not so much as going to be on Clarissa as it would be him. She's just very brave, and this is a bit too brave, if you ask me, just being real, because it's a whole grown ass man. You shouldn't be thinking about that. But Keith Thurman, you entertain this, I just can't see myself taking you serious for the rest of your career. I can't see myself really entertaining the things that you do from this point forward. Like it's too much going on in boxing, bro. It's great. We just seen Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight each other, bro. Despite how the outcome played out, we're over that, right? It's cool. You just seen that. You get what I'm saying? You seen Caleb Plant, Benavidez. You got Charlo challenging Canelo. You get what I'm saying? You got all this smoke going on. You're not motivated by none of this stuff, bro. You're not motivated by none of this stuff. You got more than likely Regis and Dev coming up. You got people challenging themselves, taking real challenges, and here you are talking about for charity. Man, get out of here, man. Keith Thurman, stop playing around with your career. Stop playing with boxing, bro. Stop playing with boxing. You too smart for something like this. Find something better to do, bro. But this ain't it. This ain't it. And it kind of annoys me, man, because we already got the market oversaturated with clown fights, with these people going in there with no training, dudes jumping straight off the couch and into the ring playing. They going straight from their streaming chairs to the ring, playing with boxing. We seen enough of that. We don't need to see two world-class athletes. You get what I'm saying? One that's definitely at the tippy top of her game, and the other one that's still trying to make himself relevant. This ain't how you do it. Joe, what's good with it? Got your money? Yeah, man. I'm telling you, bro. Detroit, man. BC. Down shot of 24. What's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Yeah, she keep calling him out. I don't know what it is. He says she just got to go to the body. She'll be good. Opulent LDTV. Blessings, Brody. How you feeling, fam? Down shot of much love and appreciation. Just supporting in that super chat. Much love. Appreciate that, fam.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Salute to you, bro. And I'm waiting for this video to come up. I'm gonna pull this video up. I think this is the video right here that got her confident, y'all. So I'm gonna play this one video, and I'm gonna wrap up this part of it. I'm gonna wrap up this topic for sure. But again, this is with the utmost respect. I love watching Clarissa Shields fight. I understand that the talent pool on the women's side of things ain't the deepest, right? I get it. I get it. You feel like you done damn near ran through them all. But just when you think you got them all, it's always one more, man. I feel like right now, the most obvious challenge to her that would be a great challenge is Shadeja Green. That's must-see TV right there. That's must-see TV. You get a KO in 2 rounds, I'll be sick. No, Keith would be sick. Clarissa peaked too quick in the pros. Has she peaked too quick? No, because she's on the women's side of things, right? She's still like, she just got out. She came out the gate hot. You get what I'm saying, RF? Like, she came out the gate hot, and rightfully so. Like, she's proven that she is who she is, right? And I think she just got to keep proving it. I don't think that, I don't know how long she plans on being in boxing, but I think there are a couple of more serious fights right now out there for her to entertain. And definitely this shouldn't be one of them. You get what I'm saying? But I don't think she peaked though, but she's very accomplished. You get what I'm saying? Very fast. So I see why you would say that, but it's still some smoke for her. It's not a ton of it, but it's still some challenges for her. Who runs the leader promo? I seen that promo before. Good fighters falling on. I forgot though. Yeah, it's been some good fighters on it. Yeah, it's WWE vibes, 10K, and we don't need that. She be with a couple 16-year-olds and she wants to smoke with Thurman. I'm about to show y'all the video. That probably got her feeling like, man, I'll beat him up. Demetrius Alita, right? That's his name. Appreciate that, RSV. Appreciate that. I don't even think she peaked. Watch her pre and post. John David Jackson, much improvement, still ascending. That's a great point, Ant. That's a great point. She is getting better. You know what? Why, Ant? Because she's more. She's maturing, right? And she's becoming more. She's developing more patience, and she's seeing things even better in there, in my opinion. So I've seen the growth. She's definitely made some improvements, and I think she still got something to go. I think she can still improve, right? The best of her is possibly still yet to come. But I just hope on her end, for her sake of things, she don't get too impatient, and make a move she don't need to make. I think she's very, very, very talented. She's got God-gifted ability for the female fighters, and she just representing at the highest level. So I think she just need to, remain patient, stay the course, man. I know she probably would disagree with me wholeheartedly about this, but I don't think fighting Keith Thurman makes any sense at all. You get what I'm saying? Charity, I kind of get it, but still in all, it's just no. Because you could say charity, but she ain't gonna be in there playing. She gonna probably be in there trying to knock Keith head off. They talk about charity, she gonna be in there trying to smoke Keith. Because the influenced boxers using PEDs and they admitted to it for training. They playing boxing and cheating at the same time. That's what I'm saying, Fate, and they think it's a game, bro. They think it's a joke. That's crazy. That's what I said. This will be the closest thing to an influencer's fight that we just don't need to see. We don't need it. Boxing don't need this. You know what I mean? This wouldn't be a great fight at all. There's nothing great about this. Not even the idea of it is great. You get what I'm saying? Not even the idea of it is great. She accomplished so much thus far. We forgot how young she is. Yep, yet to reach 30, right? She ain't even 30 yet. I think she 28? She might be 28. Bro. Right, John. Right. She go ahead keep with that. She go ahead keep with something hot. You like, oh, you know what I mean? You gonna punch Keith. She gonna punch Keith in his body with one of those. Who was she digging? The girl, Marie Abdicare. Remember she fought her? How she was digging in that girl body? Man, she was digging in her body with some serious body shots. She gonna do that to Keith. He gonna forget that's her. He gonna want to smoke for real. Keith gonna want to fight for real, bro. They should fight her undisputed boxing game for charity. You get what I'm saying? That's yeah. Do it on the boxing game, bro. But here go the video. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this video up. We're gonna play this video and I'm gonna wrap this up though. But much love to the GOAT, man. Like I said, it ain't too many people that can say they rock with her more than me, right? I seen all the fights. I watched them all. Been very highly entertained by her. You know what I mean? I seen her Olympic run. You know what I mean? Seen her snatch up her medal. Seen her be great. And I just want to continue to see her being great. And I just don't think this would be an area of greatness. Now for her, you know, on her end, it's upside for her. So I could see why she would want to attempt it in a way, right? And she's very brave, man, to even attempt getting in the ring with a man for real. You know what I'm saying? And thinking you can actually outbox him, but it just wouldn't be a great move, man. And she would be the only one to gain from it. Keith Thurman would just be making himself look silly. I mean, she must have been watching the 7-round Keith's fight with Josecito Lopez fight. Right. And she was like, yeah, I think I can get him. She staggered, buddy, right there. Look. Hey, look, y'all. Look, family. That stagger out the gate, that stagger that she got Buddy out the gate got her feeling like, nah, I get Keith, yo. Look how she got Buddy. He staggered a little bit. She got some music. Let me mute it. You gotta see her doing that work, though. She putting in some work. She put in some work. That's why I would love to know that, Jonathan. I don't know what makes her feel like Keith Thurman is easy pickings. I don't know. I would love to know. But I love her, man. She's great, man. But she don't need Keith Thurman. She don't need no Keith Thurman fight. She fighting too. I ain't gonna lie. That first one, she rocked Buddy Bell with that first joint, right? Caught his ass. I know they're young boys. She not beating no man. I mean, I think what it is they could be some men, but the thing is, bro, they're not world-class athletes. They're probably athletes in their own right? Probably some guys that box, probably in shape. And some of them might actually be pro, who knows? But they, you know, it's levels, man, as we always say. And none of these dudes will be remotely close to the level of a Keith Thurman, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because in these clips, she is touching these dudes up. She is touching these dudes up, bro. She is touching her up. Thurman did the chicken dance, man. Thurman got to get in that ring, man. He been running his mouth for so long, too much. Yeah, 817. I just want to see him fight, bro. I want to see what he got left. I want to see what he got left to offer to the sport. You know what I'm saying? She's been watching too many Marvel movies. Yeah, David, man. I don't know what got the rope like this, man. Something. She don't respect Keith. And that's why it's important for Keith Thurman to not entertain this and get back in the ring. If all the great fights that's been taking place is not motivating Keith Thurman as a fighter, the fact that a female feels like she can whoop your ass is very alarming, Keith Thurman. So what I think you need to do is get in the ring with somebody of substance and get a win. You get what I'm saying? That if you ain't motivated by all of the great fights that's been taking place in 2023, all these great fights, win, lose, or draw, despite the outcome, great fights have been made. A lot of undisputed action have taken place. If that stuff hasn't motivated you to get back in the ring with a quality opponent, then the fact that, you know, even though she's the best, she's the #1 female fighter, in my opinion, in the world. But the fact that it's a female thinking she can do something with you should motivate you to get back in there. If you ain't motivated by nothing else, be motivated by the fact that she wholeheartedly thinks she'll beat you up. That's concerning, Keith. You need to get back in there with somebody for real, bro. You need to get back in there and fast. Maybe with you, because if you get that chance right, 817. That's how she feeling about Keith. She's like, man, I'll test his chin right now. Thurman is that dude. Yeah, I'm telling you, Thurman is that dude for her. She like, man, I'll punch him out, man. She's fighting amateurs. Yeah, they either amateurs, but they just not world class, you know, former champions and things like that. You know, at one point in boxing, you know, Keith Thurman was looked at as arguably the #1, undoubtedly best welterweight at the time, right? Think about that's who we talking about now. I know he ain't still exactly that guy, but he's still that guy, if you get what I'm saying. So it's just, you know, just like his weight classes for a reason. It's a reason women fight women and men fight women. You get what I'm saying? And that's my biggest issue with that. It's not a matter of talent and skill for her or lack thereof or none of that. My biggest concern and issue is they're opposite genders, obviously, and it just don't make sense. She's doing well, doing her thing in there against these dudes. But like I said, the levels change if you actually in there with a world-class guy with no headgear on. That they could get dark for you real fast. Ask Hammer and Marshall if she amateur. No, I think he's saying she fighting the amateurs, meaning these dudes are amateurs. I think that's what he's saying. If she tripping, she might as well take the fight the second time. Call him out in about 3 years. Yeah, she been called. She been on his helmet, man. But much respect to her, man. And you know, like I said, we all support her and rock with her. But this is a bit much. This is a bit much. And like my bro Fate said, you got the influencers out here admitting to PEDs, cheating and playing boxing all at the same time. Cheating and playing boxing. We definitely don't need our world-class athletes, you know, muddying up the sport with something like this. What I'm here to say at the end of the day, to wrap this up, these two athletes are better than this situation right here. Both of them, respectfully. Keith Thurman, you above fighting females. Well, you definitely should be. And as far as Clarissa Shields, I think you're above this sideshow that this would be. I think you've been putting on enough great real shows. You get what I'm saying? You even tried your hand over there in MMA. Like, you get what I'm saying? You're great in every capacity, but this wouldn't be a great move, in my opinion. But the outcome could turn out great for you if you're able to somehow pull off a win or whatever would be a win. I think getting them in the ring alone would be a win for her. You get what I'm saying? So she's able to do that. That's crazy. And again, the fact that this is a thing in boxing when we've had all these good fights we made this year is a little bit concerning for me. That's all. Just a little bit concerning. You know what I'm saying? But part of me feel like this won't happen, and I hope it don't. You know what I'm saying? She probably EJ ain't got that confidence here. Hey, Detroit BC, that she ain't like that EJ work, Detroit. You know what I mean? EJ done hauled off and punched her in her stomach. EJ hauled off and punched her in her stomach too hard, or her ribs. She ain't like it. She ain't like it. She ain't like that EJ sparring, boy. EJ must have got hit one too many times and sent something hot down there to the midsection. You know what I'm saying? She ain't appreciate that. She ain't appreciate that, man. EJ cracked her ass. He cracked her, man. But again, man, that's just where we at in boxing. We don't need this stuff. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of other stuff going on. That's not one that we need. For real, for real. It ain't. Man, let me move forward, man. Let me move on. So moving on, y'all. Moving on, man. Moving on. And again, this is with respect to the GOAT and Keith Thurman, but Keith Thurman, you definitely got more than enough smoke at 47 for you. So I understand what you're thinking about. Get what I'm saying? Move on and be real with yourself and make the most out of the rest of your career. You got people that still rock with you, believe it or not. I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? You just got to show me something, Keith. So again, man, moving forward, child, something else I did, Clarissa needs to ask them somewhere. Yeah, she tripping right for this one like that. She tripping. EJ played with her until she got off a good when he turned up on her. Yeah, started sending some hot joints down to the body. She like it. But moving on, man, moving forward, man. Something else that I came across today too. Matter of fact, you know what? We're gonna do this, yo. Because some of what I'm saying is tied into this interview. I don't know if y'all caught the Hot 97 interview from Terence Crawford. But we're going to listen to some of that, man. Because, listen, I did some reading and I came across Terence Crawford and he spoke about, potentially his future or the remainder of his future briefly. He touched on it slightly. And, he said, with his advanced age, he don't see himself boxing for too much longer. You get what I'm saying? He said, in fact, he's retiring soon. Now, soon could mean a lot of things, right? Soon could be soon as I get one more fight. You get what I'm saying? Or whatever the case. Soon as I make another bag or two, I'm out of here. You get what I'm saying? Soon as it get too crazy, I'm gone. Like, well, it could be anything, right? But one of the things he did say, he spoke about not fighting Canelo. He said, you know what I'm saying? He said that fight didn't interest him. He said he felt like it was weight classes for a reason. You know, he also went on to say, you know, he's not one of them guys that's too proud to say that, you know, it's weight classes for a reason. He's not a guy jumping up and down, just saying he could beat any and everybody, no matter the weight class. So I could rock with that. Some people might try to find that and critique it. To me, I just think he's being real with himself by saying that. Like, he's being very realistic. And by him not thinking about, you know, he said his absolute max weight class would be 154. Said the 160 is out of the question. So, you know, like I said, the whole Canelo fight would never happen for him. You get what I'm saying? No later than 37. I'm telling you, David, I don't think he's going to be around too much longer either. Respectfully, I just don't think so. And for good reasons. Like, he look how much he accomplished now with being a two-weight division undisputed champion, right? In the 4-belt era, the first male to do it. You know what I'm saying? I do think, part of me do think he would like to get that Charlo fight, because that's what he said. D1, my bro, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? Part of me do feel like he would want to get that Charlo fight, but it's like, is he gonna get it? Like, did he come to 154 at the wrong time? And the reason why I say wrong time, because he will be essentially coming up there in a time where Charlo is going to challenge Canelo two weight classes up for his undisputed crown, right? So it's like, even though I know people feel like Charlo could come back down, but what's the likelihood of it? Is he really going to want to do that and come all the way back down? So I just don't know. So that leaves a little bit of uncertainty right there. And even if he does come down while they're, you know, when they get their fight in, what is Terence Crawford going to do in the meantime? Because he is now the man. He the man at 147, right? Undeniably, he's the man. So he got options right now. You get what I'm saying? He's speaking about, you know, the potential rematch in December with Errol Spence. He's saying after that, you know, he was looking at Charlo. He said Boots is in the same weight class, so it could happen, but he's looking for bigger and better things. So you know how that make that sound. So I'm gonna play some of this, man, because some of what I said is tied into this interview, man. We're gonna play a little bit of this. Why not, man? It's boxing. I'm gonna hear what Bud Crawford had to say. We got knocking him off first. Earl, Bud. Oh, knocking Bud off first. Saturday King work week in this heat. Yeah, you beat. I beat. You said you beat. That's I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. You put that good old work in. I don't know. I mean, look, it depends, right? Because he's in a very good position. It all depends on what his next move truly is. You get what I'm saying? I just don't know how. I'm a little iffy if a fight between him and Charlo is going to take place simply because of the one that Charlo has with Canelo lined up 2 weight classes up. So it would be very tough and risky for Charlo to come all the way right back down and then fight somebody like a Terence Crawford. So I just don't know if that'll just fall into place like that. That might be too much. Like, right? You get what I'm saying? Like Boots, I was Crawford. I wouldn't entertain anything other than the biggest fight they had for me, yeah, or I would retire. But I think that's where he at too, D1. So I know a lot of people when they hear him say, like, you know, Boots is in the same weight class, so it could happen, but he's looking for bigger and better things. I know the fan in us would be like, man, what you mean? Like, somebody got to get Boots a shot. But I look at it like this, you know, you got to entertain a rematch as long as Earl said he activated his rematch clause. If that's what's going to happen in December, he did say he's willing to go to 54. If he does that and has a rematch with Earl at 154, does he come back down or do he vacate the titles, or would that just be his last fight? You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot to unpack with this situation. You just don't know how to shake out based on, you know, how much longer is he really intending on being in the sport. But like he said, he's retiring soon. He don't plan on, you know, fighting until he's 40. You know what I'm saying? That's from fight is quite a bit. And he's 35 years old. Yeah, and he said it in his advanced age, man. Like, he said he wants to make sure that he retires from boxing and that boxing don't retire him. Zoom versus my bro. What's good with the Zoom? Peace and blessings, Brody. Zoo. Oh, no knocking Tim Zoo or Earl or Bud. Right. Please, peace and blessings to my bro Boots, will probably get elevated to the full IBF champion. Yeah, G Wood, what's good with it, fam? He's not going back down. He said it. Charlo. So if you talking about Charlo, G, 2 or 3 more fights max. I was saying that before, David, and I think one of the 3 fights was the one he had. I think before this point, he had about 3 fights max left, right? And he had one of those 3 fights. So to me, I think realistically, Crawford got about 2 more fights in him. And not saying he can't fight longer than that. Obviously, he can, but I'm just saying based off what he said and his age, I just don't think he'll stick around too much longer than that. You get what I'm saying? But we're going to see. We're going to see, man. Salute to him. I rock with him. I rock with him. We'll see. We're going to see what he do next.
I'm looking for bigger and better opportunities.
My bad, y'all. Let me run this back a little bit.
That'll ever happen. He would have to come up.
Tank is at a low.
But are there weight constraints for you being able to get some of the thing is always so interesting to me in boxing? And we're talking to Terence Crawford, who right now is the best fighter in the world, in my opinion. I think that's not a very bold statement on this day in particular.
Appreciate you,
but
G.
are there weight constraints for you being able to get some of the big fights out there? Because obviously the first thing that popped in my mind is how far away are we from getting Bud Crawford and Tank Davis? And would weight be an issue there, or would that just be a matter of you waiting for him to be ready for you?
Yeah, no, Tank is at a lower weight class than me. He's at 135. I'm at 147. That's 2 weight classes apart. So
he would have to come up.
Yeah, because I wouldn't never.
You can't get that low. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's.
I just want to pause that real quick. I give everybody respect. There's no disrespect to nobody. I just get a little annoyed by the fact that the people that these fighters get the most interviews to, it seemed like just correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all feel like I'm tripping. These interviews that a lot of these fighters, like, they go up there and interview with these people, it seems like they interview the people the most that watch the least boxing. The fact that one of the first questions is them asking him about Tank after he just fought EJ, knowing, Tank is 2 weight classes below him. It's crazy. But those be the guys that they get the interviews to, the guys that watch the least amount of boxing. And that's no slight or shade to nobody. I know people got, everybody is invested in boxing as I am, or love it the way I do. But still in all, those be the people you get the interviews to. Ones that ask weird questions like, are you going to wait for Tank Davis to come up in 2 weight class? Like, what? Who said Tank Davis going to 147 anyway? And they brought this up, man. I did this video months ago, like when they talked about this. It's like people brought it all up again. Like Tank, I don't think Tank said this recently. This is some old stuff that they talking about. When he said if he touches chin, he can get him out of there.
So that's not gonna happen, because I saw people talking about it. You don't think that'll ever happen?
No, I wouldn't say that it'll happen.
So then the next person on the block is Boots.
Right. Now that can happen because we have the same weight class, but at this point in time, I'm looking for bigger and better opportunities like Charlo.
So yeah, you and Charlo was getting chippy. He was ringside. What words did you guys say to each other?
Man, I just, gave me a little peace of mind. We've been going back for some time, and I just thought I was in the moment. I just thought to let him know that, I'm coming for him too.
So now what?
Pause that real quick. Said Tank said it 6 months ago. I know it was a bunch of months ago when I did that video, because I did a video on. I want to be clear. Tank didn't call, Terence Crawford out. Dudes be asking questions about other fighters, and he responded like a fighter would. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, man, I touched that chin. You get what I'm saying? You can knock him out. It's not so much saying, yo, I'm going to go up to 147. I'm going to knock out Terence Crawford, right? So I get it about standing on his words, but I think people putting more into his words than what he said. He said what he said, but he said what a fighter is supposed to say. What he supposed to say? Terence Crawford to knock me out. We got in there. He's gonna say, and he said it's the way he said it. Like he framed it a certain way. Like if I catch him, like I touch that chin, and who don't think that if Tank catch somebody clean the right way, they can go right. He didn't say something that's unrealistic, right? If you seen a guy that was natural, 126 pounder, and Gamboa hurt him at 135, you don't think of Tank Davis, where they said part some heavyweight type guys in the gym. You know what I'm saying? He landed the right shot on him. He can't hurt him or get him out of there. Now, I'm not saying he would land that shot, but you get what I'm saying? Who don't, You get what I'm saying? How many people do you see just taking the best shot Tank got to offer and still being there, right? So that's not out the realm of possibility get knocked out, right, by a guy that's punching like Tank. But I don't think I see him at no 47 and nothing like that. You get what I'm saying? Same thing with Anyway and Tank. They want Tank to fight everyone. You know it. Cash Cow Ghost was good with it. I think it's old, but someone said it was recent. Not sure. Yeah, it's old Ghost. What's good with it, Ghost? How you feeling, bro? OZ Boxing 22. What's good with it, my boy? How you feeling, bro? What's good with it? Nah, that's not protecting Tank. I think people expecting him to jump 2 weight classes because he said he'd knock a guy out is a little bit unrealistic. And nothing I said is about protecting Tank. And you don't protect none of these fighters over here. JusDueBoxing don't protect nobody. If you want to get in there, get in there. But I'm also a realist. You get what I'm saying? And I know how not to take things out of context. The only reason people are clamoring for this fight is because they want to see Tank lose. You get what I'm saying? They want to see him in a situation like that. You get what I'm saying? Where he got to be at a disadvantage again, which he always is. But I get it. He said it, but I don't think he said I'm going to do it. Salute to my bro D1. Much love and appreciation, Brody. People just they just want to see it for their own reason. And again, if that's something he want to entertain, I will watch it. Shit, I'll pay for it too.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
One thing about JusDueBoxing and the family over here, fighters, if you want to do something, we not against it. You get what I'm saying? Especially if it makes sense. We not against it. You know what I mean? We definitely not against it. On the video, somebody asked Dave, he would fight Wilder. Then somebody had asked, I think EJ, would he fight Wilder? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, hell no. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody asked EJ, that was good with OZ. How you feeling, bro? That Raxley pulls out the trilogy. If Spence loses again, the next fight will be Charlo as long as Charlo continues to win. Right. I think they say that he's not Superman when he wasn't going to fight Keith Thurman. Right. When they asked him after the Barrios fight. Right. Tank's so real, he transcends his weight class. Right. Mikey Garcia did it. And you see what happened like that? That was the worst decision Mikey Garcia could have made. Not saying that would happen to Tank, but you get what I'm saying. Like that's a lot, bro. That's a lot. He got his ass beat up, right? Like he was at least tall enough. Tank is barely 135. Right. Think about it. This dude came from 126 at one point, man. I know Mikey did it, but Mikey went and got his ass handed to him. It was the worst thing ever. Appreciate you, my bro. Appreciate you. We're just Tank not fighting Bud or Mayweather. Hell no. Why would he? Tank was 5'5". Nah, he is. He 5'5". I think he 5'5.5". Matter of fact, like 5'5.5", something like that. He ain't 5'3" though. But he always at the disadvantage, man. But I get it. A lot of people hear that they just jump to it, man. He ain't never say I was going to knock out Keith Thurman. Yeah, I mean, Terence Crawford. He just said I could if I catch him. Like, you get what I'm saying? If I touch his chin. And I know I made a video on that some months ago. I know I got it. You want to go fight Bush? Go ahead. Yeah, we wouldn't stop him from doing it. We just saying like why I think he won't do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get what I'm saying? And he got smoke for him at 35. So I see something with shoes on. right, Mark. You know what I'm saying? So I see something. Boy seen an ass whooping. He seen fisticuffs with 12 grueling rounds. Earl Spence was putting that fire on him. He just put that fire on him, man. Put that fire to him. Or else said the easy route. A lot of stuff when these fighters talk, like we can hold them accountable always, right? It's never nothing wrong with holding them accountable. But I think far too often people like, I don't know, they hang on to every little word. I'm not like that. You get what I'm saying? In terms of the easy route, like I'll just say this. I'm not a boxer, so none of the routes that these dudes choose would be easy. They would be extremely difficult, right? But I think if you're just looking at the grand scheme of things, or if you particularly focusing on the fights that Terence Crawford had at 147, it's not that you discredit those fights, but you look at things and you say the timing in which some of those fights took place were probably in the benefit of a Terence Crawford. That don't make him any less of a fighter, right? That just mean, and obviously the way he won, you know, on fight night shows that that really didn't mean nothing, right? So again, he just showed, you know, he showed that he was a special fighter. You get what I'm saying? But I think the biggest takeaway from the fight is the level of discipline and focus. Like, you know what I'm saying? The level of discipline and focus. That was the most impressive thing about the fight to me. It's focus. David World was good with it. See, 10 fight 2 elite fighters or nah, because top, I don't give about them at the top. I mean, look, we're gonna have to wait and see, right? I can't say what he's gonna do next, right? But I want to see him fight. I want to see him fight everybody that's credible. Get what I'm saying? I want to see the same things y'all want to see. But we gotta wait and see, right? What moves he make. I just feel like he made a couple good moves despite people not wanting to give him credit for it, since he's taken control of his career to a certain degree, right? And we just gotta wait and see what's next for him and what his plans are. I know what I mean. I've heard some of the things that they've said, so we're gonna see what direction he go. Champion Pedraza, all them other people, Tank for champions. Yeah, yeah. I think we be being bad fans. D1 when you say Tank ain't fighting for nobody. I think people just be being bad fans, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got people first things first. This is, and I say this all the time. Everybody can have their opinion and believe what you believe, but I believe in making comments of substance and saying things that can be respected universally by all people, right? So I don't say crazy things like, you know, guys fought nobody, when in fact they got, you know, a number of quality wins on the resume that people just don't want to give credit for one reason or another. I'm not one of those guys, right? So when people sit up there and say he ain't fought nobody, I just tell them I just don't think you've been watching. You get what I'm saying? And I say this all the time. if you ask yourself, who name all of the people, and when I say all, name all of the people that he should fight, and you'll see how short of a list that is, or the guys that you actually think will challenge him and beat him. Think about how short that list is, and then tell me, based off how old he is, do you think these fights are far gone? I just don't think so. We was talking about that yesterday. So I don't protect no fighters, but I'm about building up the sport. I'm not about picking and poking at every little thing just to complain about it. You get what I'm saying? I think time reveals all things, man. Like, you get what I'm saying? And we've been getting a lot of good fights this year, meaningful fights this year. You get what I'm saying? I'm optimistic that that's what we'll continue to get. I think this is the year of the big fight. I think this is the year people are actually stepping up and taking challenges. I think a lot of people are taking challenges. I think we just got to be a bit more patient to see how the rest of this year unfold for some of these fighters that we want to see get in the ring with some of these other guys, man. Pull up the smaller guys. Right. Yeah, he always usually be the only time I seen Tank beat a bigger man on fight night was against Isaac Cruz. Shakur will beat Tank. I'm from Jersey, so you know I rock with Shakur heavy. That's my guy. All these fighters are world class. Facts, Canelo, and I start from there. I start like understanding and respecting that they might make this stuff look easy, but what they do ain't easy, bro. So I give more credit than the average guy that, you know, looking at somebody's resume. I can't sit here and keep saying all of these people are nobodies. This is a nobody. That's a nobody. You get what I'm saying? It's a way to frame it. Like, are they of his level? Probably not. But how many people are? That's what I keep saying. So when you look at that, when you ask yourself that question, how many people are on his level? That list is not a super long list. It's a nice number of names, but it's not that long. And unless he's some old man on his way out, I don't see why he can't deliver by giving us a few of those different fights. I feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I try to have a different assessment than everybody else. I don't sit here and call everybody on everybody's resumes garbage. If they're not good, then I'll say it. But I know a quality win when I see it is what I'm saying. Have Tank about JERMELL, pound for pound, media. I mean, you know how that go, man. You know how pound for pound go though, Davo. Buckle Up Boxing Talk. What's good, fam? Was definitely a great win at 130. Man, won his first super belts in that fight. Facts. You get what I'm saying? Facts. He got some solid wins. That man got some solid wins on his resume. You get what I'm saying? Are there better wins out there for him? Absolutely. But I think in due time, we just gotta wait and see, right? Just gotta wait and see. You told Earl told Clarissa go handle my easy work. Ghost, all right, talking to Ghost. I can tell which boxing fans have thrown a punch before who haven't just by the bullshit they type. Right, man. I have people in public tell me that Tank Davis is pound for pound #1. Got beaten Ryan Garcia. Oh, after beating Ryan Garcia, I think people be super fans though. Davo, it's all who you talking to, right? It's all who you talking to, man. You get what I'm saying? Like I always say that over here, my comments are usually within logic, reason, and with respect. You get what I'm saying? So I don't say a lot of stuff that just don't make sense. I say plenty of things that people disagree with, but I don't say a bunch of things that don't make sense, right? So, and again, pound for pound is always going to be subjective, right? It's opinionated. That's why a lot of people don't really get wrapped up in it too tough, because it's just your opinion at the end of the day, right? But I still believe in having a realistic opinion. None the least. You can have your opinion, but be realistic, right? I just never put together a pound for pound list. Maybe one day, you know, we'll come up with a just do pound for pound list, a top 10 pound for pound. Maybe one of these days, man. The top 5 pound for pound fighters on planet Earth. There's not a more complete fighter than him. On the back foot, front foot, sideways, it don't matter. Walk your ass down. Right, man. And again, I feel like as long as you can explain why you have a pick or why you have somebody placed where you have them, if you have a pound for pound list that you want people to respect. But think about it, bro, Davo, the person that probably told you that he got Tank #1 pound for pound, he probably don't even have a pound for pound list, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Seeing the unseen boxing, what's good with it? #4 will always and forever be subjective. You know it. What's good with it, fan? Oh, pound for pound. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it will always be. The media protection. I don't think so. I don't think it's no media protection, bro. I really don't think so. Like, in what way? It's no protection. Like, his name come up more than every other lightweight. And it's not even close. Right now, you could go on Instagram right now and type in Devin Haney. You're going to see just as much Tank Davis as you will Devin Haney without even typing his name in. That's not the same way for Tank Davis. His name, like, people can't bring up 135 without mentioning him, yo. And I think it's for a number of different reasons, obviously, right? Fish Grease, what it do, family? How you feeling? Your driving team is I think he can fight your local food truck driver and sell out. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But you ain't gonna call that guy the best skilled guy. You know what I mean? You're not gonna call him that if you being real. Get what I'm saying? But I think he fought a number of opponents that's solid to me. Get what I'm saying? For the number of the guys that was solid. It's just the main guys you want to see him in there with, he ain't fought, but they ain't fought him either. So it's like, just notice the onus is always on him. It's just on him. These other guys got to fight too. Mac of the South, what's good, family? How you feeling, bro? What's good with it? What's good with it? Tank went through the wrong direction after Pedraza went in. Tank was supposed to start unifying with Burchell, Farmer, Loma. Right. But I think and having I think you had a promoter that was moving them in the opposite direction of these people. And now with him having his career in his hand, he's given us 2 fights right so far. So I waiting to see what's next. I don't really assume that I know what he's gonna do next. I can't say that. Can't say I know what he's gonna do next. You get what I'm saying? But it's a reason why we want to see him in there with certain people, because we know what kind of fighter to be. So on one end, it's like I don't know. They go into his resume too much. And again, you talking about a dude that been in 3 weight classes and fought in 4. Get what I'm saying? So it's just weird to me. I don't know, man. Nah, he gotta do more than that. But them just be the super fans though. OZ Boxing 22, much love and appreciation, bro. And that super chat. Salute to Brody Just, man. Much love, Brody. Appreciate that, fan.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
And don't make me sound like I gotta defend them, right? But I think those fights will get made in due time. I think people just gotta be a bit more patient. I think as long as those guys share the same weight classes, these fights can be made, right? Get what I'm saying? These fights can be made, but I always say this. I know people call him the cash cow, the A side this, A side that, but y'all do know, like, you know, I did the same people that they accuse him of not fighting. I don't see these same people pursuing a fight with him. Like, I just don't see it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Now, maybe some of y'all see something different, but I get it. Like, I just don't see these guys pursuing him either. You get what I'm saying? At the same token, we always say who he's not fighting, but who are these other guys fighting and why they ain't pursuing a fight with him? They'll bring his name up, certain guys, and talk about him. But then when it's time to make a fight, they get quiet. And the only one get the criticism for it is Tank. It's weird to me. They'll use his name over and over and over. People will tweet after tweet, round after round after he fight. Imagine tweeting about somebody every time they fight, just about having a bunch of wild criticism while they continue to win and knock people out. And then when it's time to really mention their name, they don't do it. See what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. It'd be a lot of posturing in boxing, period. Like, that's what these dudes do. You know what I'm saying? That's what these dudes be doing. Posturing and using allowing their fan bases to do all the fighting for them. You know what I'm saying? Shakur just called him out. Called out. Think how it happened to Earl once he steps up and fight Andy and Shakur. I don't think so. I think what happened to Earl is a lot to unpack, but I get what you're saying. But I just feel like, I look at it like this. That's a hell of a fighter, bro. And I think when he get in there with these guys that people want to see him in there with, I think they'll learn then how special he is. I think they'll learn. It's a reason why dudes ain't exactly banging down his door to fight him either. That's all I'm saying. And I'm a real one. Y'all know I don't push narratives or do none of that. Yeah, I hear people when they saying he ain't pursuing this one, he ain't sent the contract here, he ain't sent it there. I get all that. It's no argument. We have conversations and build over here. But I just don't see the same energy on the other side from people either, right? I don't see nobody tearing down his door to fight him. And again, when he just was a part of a fight that you know, with record-breaking numbers and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Where a guy was reported making $30 million, so people should want to fight that guy. That should be the guy you would want to fight, especially if you're talking about money and legacy. Because the thing is with Tank, despite what people say, if any of these dudes that people saying, Tank should fight, that's not fighting, if any of those guys actually got in the ring with him and was to beat him, that would be undeniably their best win. They would get legacy and the bag, bragging rights, all type of stuff. There's not another fighter single-handedly at 135 that could provide exactly that for them outside of Tank Davis. So just being fair, everybody that's a top fighter at 135 should want to fight him. In my opinion, everybody should want to fight him. You get what I'm saying? Because you're getting a bag and legacy. You get what I'm saying? That's a bad man. Yeah, it's a dangerous man, right? You getting a bag, you getting your highest payday, and you getting legacy if you whoop his ass. So it's like that. When I look at it like that, I feel like everybody should be looking to make a fight with him. People should be knocking down his door the same way they knock down everybody else's door. And that goes for everybody. You get what I'm saying? Everybody, right? Definitely should be calling for Bud. That hurts his credibility. Yeah, he ain't calling for him. Buckle up. See, people, I don't know if you caught it, but people was trying to mix it like that. What they do is, and that's why I say buckle up. They got it. These fighters, I blame some of it on them. They got to stop giving interviews to casual fans. It's no disrespect, but they got to start giving interviews to people that really, really love the sport a certain way. Because when they do, you don't get up there and ask him about Bud Crawford when he had 35. You don't set up stupid questions like that, right? Just for clickbaits and sound bites. That's what these people do. And fighters, they respond like fighters in the moment. Like you ask them about fighting somebody or what would happen if you fight this one or that one. They're going to say they'll beat them. They'll say, you get what I'm saying? I beat them. So it's like, that's why they got to start giving the interviews to the people that really watch this stuff and stop giving it like you think. No disrespect to the Hot 97, man. It's much respect to them, bro. They've been doing what they've been doing way longer than I've been doing on YouTube, right? But there's no way as a diehard fan that one of the first questions I'm going to ask Terence Bud Crawford after becoming an undisputed champion in his second weight class, that's at 147, when this dude been clearly talking about Charlo and you got Boots. Boots would have been the first question. I would have never asked him about Tank Davis. It's almost like casual fan activity. Why are you even asking about a dude that's 2 weight classes away that ain't coming up there? but they'll still do it. Like, man, that's no disrespect to them. That question should never even been asked. So you'll have to, how would that work? Is there any restraints? And like, look at the questions that they be asking. I ain't saying I know everything boxing. I'm a student of this, but look at the questions that they ask when they get up there. So how would it go? Is there any weight restrictions? Would you have to wait for Tank to come up? Bro, are you serious? Are you serious? It's weight classes, bro. They 2 weight class. It ain't happening. Terence Crawford about to be 36. It's not happening. Tank ain't going up to 47. What do you mean waiting for him? Ain't no waiting for him. He ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? He ain't coming up there. You be waiting forever, bro. Jeez, man. They got to lay off it, bro. Lay off it. Still hasn't fought an elite fighter. It depends. It's arguable, man. It's arguable, bro. It's arguable, man. Because I don't know how y'all rate fighters. I don't know how y'all rate fighters from elite all the way to the nobodies, as y'all call these people. So I don't know, man. And I don't know. His age is not as much of a factor as the moves that was being made early in his career. You get what I'm saying? A lot of his years was over there where he wasn't making his own moves. So I don't fault him for it as much. Right now, with his career and his control, we'll see what he do. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what he do. But you got people calling an undefeated champion that's coming off his best win a bum. So we just had a different place in boxing. People don't give no credit to nobody. We just discredit him. Like, don't matter who he win. That dude fought what, about 5? I think about 5 undefeated fighters. And people just don't realize that at some point you got to give more credit than some people do. All right, Linares, Luke Campbell next for me. I'll take that. I'd take was Gary Russell Jr. I wouldn't mind if Gary Russell would ever move up and actually want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? You said he done with 126. Jorge Linares about to fight Jack Catterall. Jorge Linares and Jack Catterall about to get it on. They about to square off. Exactly, that was a dumbass grab. Yeah, right. Right. We'll watch it, man. We'll tune in for it. But we gonna see, man. I can't predict the future for the young Tank Davis, man. We'll see what he do. I know a lot of people make a lot about his age, but again, I think now that he has, more say-so over his career and he's making his own moves, you just gotta wait and see what's next for him, right? I don't think it's a single fighter in boxing that he's scared of and he won't fight that's in his weight class. I don't believe that. I don't believe he's scared to lose, how people say. I don't think he's scared to fight none of these dudes. I don't think none of that. But I urge people to just take a bit deeper into these other guys, right? Into these other guys, like, are these guys knocking down the door? That's something real. Are they knocking down the door to fight him? Or do you see guys repeatedly calling him out and him ignoring it? I see a lot of people using a name when it's convenient to do it. And then when it's time for you to say his name, it's like now they're fighting other people. I see a lot of that happening. And I'm not lying. I really see. That's what I say. I'm an honest guy. That's really what I be saying. I see his name get brought up. I see a lot of things be focused on personal stuff, everything but boxing sometimes when it's Tank Davis. I see a lot of it. You get what I'm saying? I see a lot of mocking of Tank Davis. I see people laying it on thick and using that name. But then when it's time, it's like, I'm fighting this guy. It's like, hold on. I thought you wanted to fight Tank. But it's weird. And Drew was good with it. Drew, how you feeling, my bro? Think it was a scam and stealing for boxing fans? I don't think so, bro. I don't think he's stealing. You get what I'm saying? I don't think you get what I'm saying. Canelo was stealing. Canelo's been stealing. Get what I'm saying? Canelo's been stealing. And I keep telling y'all, just name the people that Tank's supposed to fight. And I'm going to make a point off it. Just name me all the people. I think Terence Crawford will be sticking out at PBC at this next fight because he says he's moving up to 54. And we know when 54 is PBC country, right? Right. Bole was good fan. Maximizing his money. Who sold more than him? Right. They are like, listen, I understand, like, I know who the names are. I know who the people are that people want to see him fight. I understand that completely. I get it. Right. But I think a lot of times we focus on, like, we be talking about legacy, right? We want them to chase certain fights because not only are they good fights, they like legacy fights. But I think dudes especially like in his particular case, he might not have fought the exact names that you wanted to see him fight, but you can't say he's still fighting nobody. He could be saving those dudes for last. You just never know, right? He could be planning to run through them dudes. Like, you never know, while maximizing his dollar. Because at this point, if he's showing you can fight all these different dudes and still make a hefty bag, right? Who's to say like that bag won't even bigger when he fights these guys that everybody really clamoring to see him fight, right? I don't think these fights have passed him just yet. I think when we get to the point where you look at the landscape of boxing and you say for this reason X, Y, and Z, this fight is not more than likely not going to happen. When we start getting into that territory where these fights actually can be made because maybe dudes start being in different weight classes, or you get what I'm saying, just moving in a totally different direction, then I'll start to feel a lot more maybe how y'all feel. But until then, I think a lot of people is kind of predicting the future, and they thinking the way that he's been moving is the way he's going to stay moving, and that means never fighting the guys we want to see him fight. But I'm not sure if that's the case. I can't rest my hat there comfortably with 100% certainty and say that that's 100% what he's going to do. He's never going to fight these dudes. And again, the reasoning for it, again, like people want me to believe the reason he won't fight these guys is because he's scared. He's scared to lose the O. He's protecting the bag. It's all this stuff. Like, it sound cool, but that's still not good enough a reason not to fight somebody. Get what I'm saying? If you talking about bags, you telling me he ain't gonna make a bag fighting a guy that we actually want to see him fight? So again, just think about it. If we going off people's logic, right? And we're saying he only wants to make a bag and he's fighting for money. What better way to get paid, right? Fighting a guy that people want to see you fight. So again, which one is it? Is he never going to fight these guys, or is he about money? Because if he's about money, like y'all saying, these fights lead to big paydays, lucrative paydays. If he can make a lucrative payday fighting Rolly Romero, you don't think he can make one fighting a Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney? You get what I'm saying? Frank Martin, anybody, any top guy, you don't think he can make a bag? So again, for me, I'm just a little more patient because I look at the entirety of his career with a different set of lenses. Most people, like, people make it seem like he was picking his fights to begin with, and that's why I'm focusing so heavily on the last two fights he gave us, because that was more so fights he wanted, right? That he set up on his own, since somewhat separating from Floyd Mayweather and TMT, right? So what I'm saying is we go from here. He gave us two fights, and already people don't respect neither one of those fights. So you just don't know. Let's see what he gonna do next. You get what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. I'm a real fair person. All that other time, he was not picking his fights at all. These last two, we can say he picked them, right? So we'll have to see where he goes from here. He got the two Garcias out the way. Let's see what's next, bro. Let's see what's next. I just can't predict the future for him, and I don't feel as confident that he won't fight nobody because I don't see no fear in the kid. Like, the reason that guy is successful is because he believes in himself. There's no way he'll be as successful as he is if he didn't believe in himself. And by people telling me that he's not willing to fight these other guys, you're basically telling me he don't believe in himself. And that's just not something that I could level with. I can't believe that. That's a confident individual when he is in that ring. He is very confident. He talk the talk and he walk it. There's just a couple specific guys that we want to see him walk it against. And y'all already know what his chances is of winning any of these fights. At the worst case, that man is in a 50-50. Worst case scenario, he in a 50-50 fight. Worst case. So again, man, with those odds, like, think about it. I say this all the time, bro. With Tank, it's a rare situation because at the worst, you're in a 50-50 fight. You don't have to be at your absolute best. If you at your absolute best, it might be 50-50 on paper, but not in that ring. You get what I'm saying? It's not the same for everybody else. Get what I'm saying? Having that equalizer with the rare combination with the boxing IQ and boxing ability. You get what I'm saying? So it's just a little different. It's just a little different. And if I told y'all your odds and winning the lottery was 50-50 today, we'll all be playing it. We'll all be playing the lottery right now. So I urge people to think about that a little bit deeper, bro. You ain't never seen a point in that fight, where he's been in, where he ain't been confident. That's a very confident dude. So I just don't believe that he ain't confident that he can beat some of these guys, these same guys he shared the ring with to some capacity. Maybe not under the lights, but he willing to get in the ring with these guys. You don't get in the ring with people just to be scared of them. You get what I'm saying? So I'm a lot more optimistic when it comes to that. and we gonna have to wait and see what you know him and Calvin Ford cook up, bro. If it's a BS fight, I'll call it. But if it's a fight of substance, I'm gonna call it. You get what I'm saying? That's all it is. But I'm just I'm just to the point where I'm starting to understand from a fighter standpoint, like legacy don't feed your kids. You get what I'm saying? But in his case, legacy will, because his is going to come with a bag. Any legacy fights for him because he's a rare breed and he's been able to put asses in the seats despite whoever he's fighting. So one could only think that if you're going to fight again, somebody of substance that people want to see you fight, it's going to be a legacy move and you're going to get the bag attached to it. It's a 2-for-1. He's in a very prime position. You will be a fool not to take these fights because you got you got a damn good shot at winning any fight that you line up for yourself. It's just a matter of lining that business up and chasing that greatness, man. I think you're going to do it. If I'm wrong, I'll be here to say I'm wrong, but I'm going to give a man his credit for for the work he's put in thus far with him not picking his fights up until the last 2. We have to be real and say that. We can complain all we want, but we got to be real. That man wasn't picking all these fights. We know who was moving him, and we know what direction he was moving him. We understand that. We got to be real and say that. You can't say Tank was scared of people when you got his promoter telling them other fighters not to worry about him fighting each other. That's telling you something. That's not Tank saying that. You know what I'm saying? He's saying just don't use my name if y'all not trying to fight, because that's what it seemed like people be doing. That's all I'm saying. All these dudes is dangerous for real. You get what I'm saying? They all present a certain level of danger to each other. You already know, Cuzzo. Appreciate you. Right, man. Oh, yeah, y'all talking to each other. Right, like that. You buy the last pay-per-view, you need to show me proof. Right, man. And we enjoyed that, man. We enjoyed it, man. Yes, and we got to support the fighters. When they give us a product that is worth our money, we got to stand on it. We got to support it. You know what I mean? Get behind it and support it, man. Know what I'm saying? But I'm all about, you know, giving everybody just due, man. I think, you know, I hate to say it. Now I don't hate to say it because it's a conversation, but I'm telling you, that man get a lot of flack, and I think it's a lot of factors that go into his fights and different things like that. Like I've said this before, most people, if your favorite fighter was 5'5" with a 67, 68-inch reach and was fighting guys that's listed as 6 foot, 6'1", they will be in a world of trouble. If most people's favorite fighter had to fight being physically limited with those physical dimensions that he come with, your favorite fighter would be in trouble. It's deeper. Like it's deeper than just the guys that he's fighting. Like you got to understand what you're watching with that dude. That and one of the reasons I feel like he continue to beat people because he's far more mature than the guys he's in the ring with. So a lot of times people be making the jokes or highlighting his age like it's a bad thing. That's probably going to be the reason he knocked some of these dudes the hell out, because he's a lot more patient, mature, and poised than these dudes. And again, just think about this. When he get in there and fight these other guys, it's going to be a bigger fight for them than it will be him. He is the big fight. He is the moment. So all that, the moment getting away from him, and that's not going to happen. That element is not going to happen when you're talking about him. He is the big fight. You get what I'm saying? Any of these dudes that get in the ring with him, that's going to be their biggest fight. They're going to have to relish in that moment because they don't fight. When he fights, it's an event. It don't matter who he fight. That's not the same for nobody. Most of these other guys in boxing, the average guy in boxing, you can't say that about. I'm telling you, and he's shown me time and time again, despite not having the absolute highest level of talent in there, he's still showing me something special. I hope people paying attention, bro. Despite he's still learning in there. He's still getting better. You see the patience and poise is on another level. I'm telling you, going to be the reason he knock a lot of these dudes the hell out. They still fighting off that young boy energy. That man a little bit ahead of him. And I'm telling you, in the IQ department, Mike Biggs boxing, my bro, what's good with it? Just saying Floyd's scared, and I agree. His promoter scared for him. I don't think it was that either, right? I don't think it, because I mean that's the easy answer, right? To say somebody's scared for him. But just follow me for a second, Jonathan. From a business standpoint, he found a formula that worked. Right? He found a formula that worked, and I believe because of it, he was riding that gravy train. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I could put him in here with some quality fighters. They might not be of his level, but I could maximize the dollar off my investment. And I think that's what he was doing, maximizing his dollar. And in the process, his fighter was facing a lot of scrutiny because he seems to be moving him in the opposite direction of the toughest fighters in the world. But some could say maybe he's saving these guys for last. That's just me thinking optimistically, right? It's not me. It's far too simple. He's just scared of these dudes. That's why he's not fighting them. I just don't think that's the case. I think you had a promoter, and we got to understand that he ain't the best promoter. No disrespect to Floyd. He ain't the best promoter, some would say, right? So he's still learning, and he understood that he had a cash cow and Tank, and he was trying to max him off every situation. Not on some robbing the fighter type stuff, but he really was moving this guy, trying to, you know what I mean? He understood the market. Think about what Floyd did in some of the fights he made. He had the sauce, and he figured that some of the sauce that he had for himself happened. He actually happens to have a fighter that this sauce works for. You get what I'm saying? This formula actually works for this guy. So again, a lot of what people be criticizing is because they feel like he making bag moves over legacy moves. And I just urge people to think, it sounds good from a fan when you talking about, yeah, he chasing legacy and this and that, but you got to think about the fighter that feels like legacy don't feed the kids. So you get what I'm saying? And you don't feed yourself off no legacy. Shit sound good. But again, remember what I said, when it's Tank Davis, that recipe, that formula that Floyd figured out, you know, fighting guys with fan bases and with countries and stuff behind them. You get what I'm saying? Whole country behind him. He understood his money in that. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what he was maximizing off. You get what I'm saying? You'll never know why they butted heads. We'll never know. We'll never know. Maybe bro wanted to move another way and he wanted to move one. You get what I'm saying? So you just would never know. But to me, you had a promoter that was maximizing the bag. And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. He can get it in early, right? Maybe he get it in early, maximize his bag, and then get those dudes late. You just never know. But again, if he never fight those guys, then maybe we could say, you know, you want to try and fight these dudes. But who knows? Maybe he was trying to maximize the absolute most money he can make for his investment, business-wise, and it would make sense for him. Because single-handedly, he was keeping him afloat with just Tank Davis. Out of all those guys that he was pegging, putting under the wing a little bit and signing the TMT, look who the one still at the top of the game delivering. So he wanted to think about it. Everybody else taking losses. Jalen Love was the guy way before Tank got there. Remember that. But out of all these guys, no disrespect to nobody, all these different dudes did not pan out. And who's the one guy that's still thriving, winning, and a cash cow because of the rare ability that he brings into the ring, the boxing with that God-given power? Just a little different. I feel like as a promoter, as a business person, he wanted to maximize off that bag, and maximizing off the bag didn't necessarily mean the fights that we wanted to see early. I don't think he was willing to take them chances unnecessarily early, particularly early, how we would have wanted to see him, right? But now with things changing and him sort of having, you know, his career about it, you know, he got control of the steering wheel. I think it's a potential that we get these fights. I get what I'm saying. I think as long as he got a Calvin Ford in his corner and they understand what the people want, I think they'll always be in a position to deliver. We just got to wait and see right now. I know it came later than what people wanted to see, but we're going to have to wait, bro. We're going to have to wait and see. Look, I ain't writing him off and I ain't anointing him no king, but right now, I think he's in a rare position. He showed the ability to be able to cash in despite who he's fighting. So that's a rare situation to be in. So let alone you fighting a guy that they said you wouldn't fight, that you should fight, and they want to see you fight, he gonna get paid. He gonna get paid even more. You get what I'm saying? I think he set it up that way. So I think depending on how he plays cards, man, he could put himself in a very, very prime situation, bro. Very, very good situation. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm just optimistic in terms of the sport of boxing because I always want to feel like the best fights can be made unless I have evidence that, you know, these fights have passed. You get what I'm saying? They're just blown over and they're not going to happen. I don't feel like that yet. I'm not to that point just yet with some of these fights. I feel like they still can happen. You get what I'm saying? So just going to have to wait and see. Salute to the queen, Miss Joette. Appreciate you and your opinion. 1,000,000%. Tank over everyone. I try to be as fair as possible. I give everybody this fair shake too, not just Tank. Get everybody to get the fair shake. I just think he still has time to deliver the fights. When I say all of what I just said to say this, I feel like optimistically he's still in a position to deliver the fights that people are asking for. I understand that it didn't come at the time that people would have preferred, but come on, y'all, we hardcore boxing fans. How often do you get what you want exactly when you want it? You get what I'm trying to say? How often do you get exactly what you want when you want it in boxing? We got EJ and Bud, but it took a little while, right? Still was at the perfect time, if you ask me, with everything on the line. Both guys still undefeated in their primes and things like that. But you get what I'm saying. So I think just got to be a little more patient, and I think these things will or won't come, and we'll be able to aggressively call it what it is. You ain't trying to fight, or you are. You get what I'm saying?
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Salute to Miss Joe. I appreciate you, Queen. Now that we learn how important a fighter lifestyle is supposed to be, Flo with genes to move tank like he did. Absolutely. He understands the value of living that fighter's lifestyle through and through. Teach what's good with a teach. Man, I ain't mean to do him like that, man. That's my guy. And I like Jay Leon, but I'm just saying, like, in terms of, he was initially the guy far, far before Tank was. Aaron, what's good with it, Aaron? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you pulling up. Mark Nash, what's good, family? Told him for years he was going to happen. I won big. Oh, you cashed in? Salute to you, bro. Ringside with a weekend. Salute to Mark Nash. Appreciate you stopping too. Like, man, you got it off, huh? I like to see people get their bread, man. I like to see it, man. Salute to Aaron Muhammad as well, bro. Salute to you, Brody. Tank said he wanted Devin, Shakur, and Loma. Bob said he's not making a Tank fight when he has all the talent at top rank. Devin ran and Regis, right? That's true. And then the brief talks that they did say they had, according to Steven Espinoza, we was talking about this yesterday. Steven Espinoza said they had very brief talks, and he said they ultimately said they was going to 140. But people said they're not willing to take Steven Espinoza at his word. All I'm gonna say is I'm a fair person. If you have a track record that speaks for itself, and you're told that you know, or you shown that you've trustworthy and you're credible. You get what I'm saying? Oh, he gonna hide. Oh, Mark Nash, you won't see him. Don't even worry about it, bro. You won't even see him. And people were saying that he will be one of the he went 2 spins crazy. He went 2 spins crazy, bro. He ain't coming back. He probably gonna hide for a while. He gonna hide, bro. He is gonna hide for a minute, bro. He won't be nowhere around. All that spin stuff, he done cursed people out, got into serious arguments with everybody. He been going crazy. Yeah. I know if I see him, I'm gonna make sure I tell you, Mark Nash looking for you. Holla at him. He gonna hide, bro. He gonna hide, man. He gonna hide. He's gonna hide. Aisha, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? Appreciate you stopping through. But yeah, man. His name, Tank's name always comes up every stream, even if I ain't talking about him. He just one of them guys. He a rare talent, and that's why y'all, as the people, want to see him in there with those other guys, because you just want to see just how good he is. And I know a lot of times y'all feel like people just anoint him the king without having to fight these people. But I urge people to try to understand where a lot of those people are coming from, especially if they're not just some casual fan just talking like a super fan, right? Some people are going based on what they feel like they truly see. And I said this before. He's a guy that I think, even though he hasn't been in there with the guys like him, right? It's still a ton of experience that this guy is picking up on the way to working his way closer to those other fights. I'm telling you. And the dude he learning every fight. I think he's just becoming more dangerous because he's understanding himself. So I think when it's time to really step on the gas and make these fights, I'm optimistic that they're going to give the people what they want. I mean, how often could you continue to not give people what they want and expect for them to support you, right? So you got to give people what they want. Get what I'm saying? You have to give people what they want. Thomas, what's good with it, Brody? How you feeling, man? I got word. It's a tough loss. Lost 350. It felt bad. Right, man. Oh, man. Since where is that?
Oh, damn. This guy started going on grabs right. Come on, now. Keep reaching. Put your hand in the door. Oh, damn. Oh, my God. Why you get hit like that? Oh, why you get hit like that? Oh, my God. Come on. What? Come on, bro. Hell no. what you doing?
Oh, hey, nothing. You good, though? You all right, bro?
No, nigga. Let me see the phone. You was recording me,
No,
nigga?
man. They recording.
That's how I felt right there, bro. That's how I felt, though. That's how I felt in live time, like Minx, bro. Listen, since we on it right now, since we on it, and you know your boy just doing his last bit of healing. Since we on it, yo, I was sitting back here, bro. I was sitting back here in live time with a lump in my throat, voice fading, cracking out. I'm sipping flat soda. All types of stuff was happening. I tried to take you out of Jamaica, Shaba. You know what I'm saying? I tried to take you out of Jamaica with the hat. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, man. I tried to take you out of Jamaica with me. And my first trip to Jamaica sucked, y'all. It sucked, man. I don't know if I'm going back, man. I try to go back. I try to go, and I don't know, bro. I don't know. I try to take y'all with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Try to take y'all with me, bro. Try to take y'all to Jamaica with me, man. This was for the fight. This was strictly for the fight. I grew dreads for the fight. I don't even like hair, y'all. I don't even like hair. I was cool with my grays. You know what I mean? My silver and my beard. I took y'all to Jamaica with me. Man, I was back here lumping my throat. Throat dry as hell. I had cotton mouth for no reason. Like, man, bro, I was over here sipping flat orange soda. Pissed off, like suffering in live time, bro. Live time, bro. I was like, bro, man, what's happening? This can't be happening, bro. I was sick back here. Man, you know, it got to a point. I said, I wonder what would happen if I just hit in broadcast. All type of weird stuff start coming into my head. No, I start looking at the red button up here, like where it say in broadcast. Like if I just hit in abruptly, would they say something? I was thinking about all types of stuff, man. I'm telling you, bro. Mark Dash, bro. I was on it. I was on it in here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was on it for EJ, bro. And we still rocking with you, know what I mean? I'll be back to Jamaica. No worries. David Scott, what's good, family? How you feeling, bro? So you still sick about it? Yeah, the only reason that I wasn't as sick about it is as much as everybody else. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. Adrian Broner losing to Marcos Maidana prepared me for moments like this, y'all. Nothing felt worse than AB getting beat by Maidana. I felt like that was my brother. I was solely convinced that my brother was getting handled in there accordingly. I'm like, what is happening? Man, I'm looking around for other people to help him. Maidana was coming with them sledgehammers. I'm like, damn. I'm like, let up off my boy, yo. He was on AB helmet. I was like, yo, he better not get stopped, yo. I thought he was gonna get stopped. Shout out, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? Jerry, what's good with it? Crawford smarter than give him credit for. He was kind of whip his ass. Nah, he's a very smart fighter though. Crawford is a very smart fighter, bro. Smart dude for sure. He's smart dude for sure. I'm not gonna chase the money. I'm just gonna keep it in my wallet. I feel you. D1 boxing could be so unpredictable some days, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna get worse after that last all access episode drops on Saturday. Oh, they're gonna relive it all over again. He said he's punching the air like Cuban. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Kelly, I was on stream. I started thinking stuff like, I wonder what happens when you hit the end broadcast, this little red button in the corner of the live stream. I wonder what happened. I just wanted it to be over. I was like, oh man, what's happening right now? But it's all good, man. You got to take our lumps. It's all good, man. Like me, it was like Roy Jones get KO'd in the second fight against Tara. Yeah, that one felt crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But Adrian Broner, bro, I don't know why I felt like that was my brother in there, bro. I was salty, man. I was like, man, hell with Maidana, man. I was happy as hell when Floyd said he was fighting. I said, yes, immediate get back. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I knew Floyd wasn't gonna let me down. Then, know what I mean? I already was still dealing with the trauma of AB losing. Then Floyd had the nerve to get in there with him, and it was like, you know, he was bringing that heat for them first 6 rounds. I was like, yo, what is happening right now, bro? He got Floyd eye bleeding in the corner. Floyd talking about he can't see. I'm over here feeling panicky. I'm like, yo, what's happening right now? Somebody got to explain to me what's going on. Because I just don't know what's going on. Is Maidana about to beat my other fight? Nah, ain't no way I ain't standing for this, boy. And then Floyd kicked up how Floyd do. You know what I'm saying? Dante, our boxing talk, what's good with it? Yeah, he said he retiring soon. He said Canelo is not a fight that interests him. He said he feel like that's basically too much weight. You know what I'm saying? He feel like they got weight classes for a reason, and he respect it. He said he don't want to stick around too much longer. He already in his advanced age. He about to be 36. He said he want to retire from boxing. He don't want boxing to retire him. You know what I'm saying? Floyd got that get back for him. Facts, Joe. I was like, yes. I was talking crazy. Like, yes, bro. Giddy. Tyson losing. Yeah, that's my favorite heavyweight outside of Wilder. That's who got me into boxing, watching the Tyson fights growing up. Watching the Tyson fights. I think Lubin could win this fight. I think he can teach, but it's going to be extremely tough. I'm not even going to lie. It's going to be extremely tough because of the things that, you know, dude can do very well. Ramos, conditioning, throw a lot of punches, power in both hands, high guard, fight behind that high guard. Good chin, good power. Like, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough fight, AB versus Nadana. When you could lose with all the conspiracies covered out, that's when you could. Oh, man. I mean, even that, though, bro. Even that, yo, I question. I never seen AB look like that again in the fight, bro. He took the jab away. Yeah, he did. He did his homework, Mark. He did his homework. He did his homework for sure, bro. Salute to you, Shaw. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you, man. Salute to the queen, Shaw. I think Jesus Ramos overrated. I think Lubin can stop him. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. Floyd versus Maidana. Man, the first 4 to 6, I was like, what's happening right now? Floyd, don't let him do this to you, Floyd. Don't let him do that. But I tell you, at what point where I knew Floyd was good, I think his back was like against the ropes. And I think he hit Maidana with like body shots on both sides. And he pivoted. Like the way he pivoted away from Maidana, it was just a pivotal moment for me. Like I seen him do that. I knew he was good. It might sound weird. At that point, I knew he was comfortable with everything Maidana was doing because earlier in the fight, he wouldn't have made that move like he did. He banged him on both sides and got away from him real smooth. I was like, all right, Floyd back. He in his bag, man. He in his bag. See him retiring at 38. And he might go before that like that. He might go before that, bro. You know why? Because I think he got realistically 1 or 2 more fights left. Because there ain't nothing left to prove for him. And anything further, you start playing, you in that territory where you start playing with them young boys and one of them young boys to catch you, man. Maidana did everything. Knees, he's hitting them with the rabbit punches, low blows, wrestling floor. Yo, I was like, bro, you're not going to tell him to stop doing none of this stuff, bro? Like, where the penalties at? Like, flag on the play, bro, doing everything. He did everything Floyd asked him not to do, bro. Everything. I said, bro, get him out of here. Get him out of here, bro. For he hurt Floyd, man. I said, get him out of here for he hurt Floyd. Y'all gonna let this dude do this to TBE? That's crazy. That's crazy. The nerve of y'all to let that man do that to TBE is crazy, y'all. It's very crazy. Bogus, in fact. Floyd made you a lot of money, right? Right, man. Somebody, I remember, I never forget that somebody said Floyd, they basically, you know, from betting off Floyd Mayweather fights over the years, like they pretty much made themselves rich off doing it. You get what I'm saying? Like those was times where betting on him was a for sure bet. It was not a for sure bet in boxing the way Floyd was a for sure bet in boxing. Like he just wasn't gonna lose. It was a for sure thing. You put your money up for sure thing. You know what I mean? Recent history of tough as hell. Hell yeah, Bole, man, they be coming, bro. Remember, Matisse was from Argentina too. And remember, before he started fading, he was on one. He just ran into Danny Garcia, I think, at the wrong time, and Danny Garcia put that heat to him. Dre, what's going on, Dre? How you feeling, man? Peace and blessings to you, family. How you feeling? But yeah, man. Just to wrap up on this, man, because I just wanted to tell y'all, bring this to y'all what I was reading. Man, I'm telling you, man, I was nervous. But yeah, as far as being the reason why I ain't get as sick as everybody else, because that Broner and Maidana fight was brutal. Like that's the type of, I'm gonna tell y'all this, is that fight so brutal. My cousin told me he shed a tear when Broner lost to Maidana. That's how serious that was for people. Man, we felt that with AB. You can't tell me I ain't take at least 1 or 2 punches that night. I took a couple, man. I was like, sheesh, man, beat my boy like that. But yeah, man, back to Crawford. Yeah, he did say he's retiring soon. Like I said, the Canelo fight, no interest to him. Too much weight. He said his weight class is for a reason, in which you respect. Say he's not one of those loud, too proud guys. Not to say, you know, he ain't a guy that's running around feeling like he beat any and everybody in the world. That's just what he said. So I think when you hear that, it was surprising, because most guys talk like they can beat any and everybody in the world, no matter the weight class or the difference, right? But he was very, very honest and realistic about it. He like, nah, I ain't. That's not something I want to do. You know, Boots is a fight that can happen because we're at the same weight class, but at the same time, he looking for bigger and better. I know that's not the answer people want. People want to hear him say, yeah, I'll fight Boots next. But, you know, and the fan in me would love to see it, right? But the more I talk this boxing every day, I try to understand more, right? And I try not to always talk from a fan's perspective. You got to think from the fighter's perspective. I just fought the biggest fight in the world, pretty much, right, in boxing against Errol Spence. Why would I then double back, you know, fight a guy for all my titles for absolutely not high risk, low reward, right, when I could look for a bigger opportunity? And I think if you consider where he's at in his career, you know, this was a very meaningful payday. I think his Evanesian fight, if he got what he said he got then, that was another good payday. You get what I'm saying? He's trying to maximize his dollar for the last, you know, the end of his career. And I think when you fight a guy like Errol Spence, a guy that people was very adamant about saying he was scared to fight, and I told people the whole time, that's not something that ever came out of my mouth. I was very adamant about that. I don't think it's as easy and simple and cut and dry as saying he's scared of somebody. I don't think that. So when you see a guy like that finally fight a fighter that guys were saying he was scared of, you can't then like next man up and think like, all right, you know what? Yeah, y'all just told me he was scared of this guy. He fought him and he beat him, right? We get it. So now it's like after that guy, y'all gonna move to the next dude and be like, he's scared of him too. And it's like, if he fight him and beat him, then what you gonna do? You're gonna go to the next dude and be like, he's scared of this one though. It's like, nah, I can't rock with that. So I can understand wanting to see the Boots fight because I want to see it myself, but I can understand it if it don't happen, right? I can understand. I'm not being crazy. That's me trying to understand the business of boxing and understand from the fighter's point of view. Like, he just gave us a fight that we wanted, right? I ain't saying turn around, give us a fight we don't want. But again, him entertaining a fight with Charlo is not a bad fight. I just don't know if he's moving to 54 at the right time. I think Charlo being a little tied up. And like bro said earlier, Charlo said he's not coming back down. Crawford said once he go up to 54, he's not coming back down. So the only way Boots can get that fight is he's to move up and find a way to get that fight before Crawford retire. And like he said, he about to be 36. He's not going to let boxing retire him, which is smart. And that's something I can respect. So we're just going to have to see what his next moves is. He got options, you know, potential rematch. I think that he's acknowledging at 54 with Earl. And I respect the fact that he's willing to go up there and give him a shot at 54. Much respect to him. But I see after that point, he's saying Charlo. If Charlo is to stay up there where he's at, 68 or somewhere around that range, then that fight is off the table. So I don't know realistically what fight is going to happen next. And, you know, the two biggest fights that people mention the most for Charlo after Spence, obviously, is Boots Ennis and the Charlo. To me, either of those fights are great fights. We'll just have to wait and see what Terence Crawford decides he want to do. But again, when you win and you fight a meaningful fight and you win big, you got options, and he got options. You know, after Errol Spence, he got some meaningful options, especially if he's to come fight a rematch and beat him in a rematch. The man got options, bro. Got options. Shot with Tank have against Bud. It'll be tough, bro. It'll be tough. Like, it's, you know, he definitely have a puncher's chance. It's not a lack of skill that'll be the issue for him, Thomas. I think ultimately it'll be the size difference. And I think the reason why the size difference will play a factor more so in the fight against Bud Crawford than any other guy that he's been in the ring with because of the level that Crawford is at. So I think that'd be a real tough fight for him. But I will say this straight up. Don't let Tank punch you in your face. Don't get caught. Don't get caught, because I believe he can knock a welterweight out. That's me, based off what I've heard from him, how I see this guy punching. Don't get caught, but it'll be a very hard fight to have and overcome those physical disadvantages because Bud is at so much higher level, or I say at a higher level than any of the other guys that was bigger than him that he'd been in the ring with. So it'd be a tough challenge. But like I said, man, this is just me. When I think it pertains to Tank Davis with the rare combination, that God-given power, that equalizer with the boxing ability, IQ, I think you got a pretty complete fighter. And I think at the very worst, his chances are 50-50. And any fight you line him up in, I think at absolute worst, he's in a 50-50 fight. And I think those are great odds to be in. What's good with it? If you can fight Charlo and Zoo and become undisputed, that's it. He retires. Yeah, if he 3-time undisputed, man, GOAT. That's GOAT type stuff. Right. That's GOAT type stuff, man. It's GOAT type stuff. I don't know. We'll see, though. I don't know. We'll see, though. But I don't think he's going to come back down for him, Dre. That's the thing. He's in the spot where he can shit go. Yeah, man. Right. Right. Boots in one of them crazy positions. Boris, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Team fight versus Earl, long white pick. Oh, man, this dude tripping. Boris there tripping out. He tripping out. Y'all already know. Hold on. Let me get him. Hold on. Yeah, let me get Boris up out of here, bro, because he tripping. There we go. Yeah, Boris. I know you got what you needed. You wanted to get blocked. I got you now. You blocked. Welcome to that block party, because you weird. He came in saying some weird stuff. Man, y'all, man, my man, the wrenches, y'all gotta get active. Y'all supposed to clip this fool. We was in the chat for a second talking wild. You see him talking wild? That's why I be having my camera off, y'all. I told y'all you be getting them weirdo. He tripping. That's what was going on. My bad, KB. I was just trying to be myself. Nah, yo, you listen, D1. No apologies necessary, bro. It's all good because you was talking to a dude that y'all got mutual respect for each other. It's all good. Some of them conversations gonna get heated, but it's only because y'all love the boxing. Those are conversations that I could appreciate. Y'all not arguing so much. Y'all just exchanging information. You know what I'm saying? So that's how boxing get when you love it, yo. He's got time to need to rush anything. Yeah, he got time. I don't think he rushing though, but I think he just want an opportunity. It doesn't have to be Crawford, but I think he's just ready for an opportunity at the belt because he got over 30 fights, right? So it's like, at what point do this dude get a shot? Gotta get that dude a shot. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. It's gonna be interesting, man. You just don't know what fight will come first for Crawford. You know what I mean? Would it be what's fight is more likely to happen? A fight with Crawford or a fight with Boots? And it's crazy we don't get either one, but Crawford ain't sticking around too long. So whoever that really want to fight him, y'all better try to make a fight now. Because bro ain't sticking around too long. And rightfully so. He ain't got nothing else to prove after being a two-weight division undisputed champion, to be real with you. 40 fights in. And for those that hear 40 and y'all think of 50, because it's that close, it's not realistic for him. He said Floyd Mayweather could have that 50 and no, he's not interested in chasing that either. You know what I'm saying? He's very clear about not allowing, boxing to retire him. And when I hear fighters say stuff like that, I could respect it, yo. Don't nobody want to get retired from the sport. And if he want to maximize his bag after fighting the biggest fight that he could have gave us, I'm not mad at him for that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I love to see him fight Boots, but I understand it from a business standpoint if he don't fight him, right? But if you stay at 47, then by all means, course, right? But I'm just a realist, and it is what it is. Like, it'll be somebody else that can challenge Boots Ennis and give him a run. But I think once Earl and Crawford are no longer at 47, respectfully, I think 147 is going to belong to Jerron Ennis. I just don't see I don't see nobody right now at 147 beating him. Like, you get what I'm saying? Not counting EJ and Bud and anybody that's there. I don't think they're going to beat him. They have hindered that chance for Boots. And he really didn't. Like, they had fun. They had fun with it, I think, but I don't think it was going to happen. It's the long hair. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, man? The long hair. Oh, you said they did it for EJ? Bored. Oh, yeah, he was weird, man. Yeah. Got a big money fight. Right. I don't see a rematch with Earl, then move up to 54, be Charlo, and then retire. Yeah. Right. 154 is active. Hey, man, if I read, y'all want to talk about some Crawford hate? The article that I was reading about, like when he was speaking about retiring, if y'all see some of the stuff that they was writing about Crawford, bro, you weren't talking about disrespect and not giving somebody just due a credit. Go look at that article written up by Boxing News 24 about Terence Crawford. man, you would think they said he fought sub-level, subpar opposition his entire career. They said the only 50-50 matchup was Sean Porter. And I know some of the people that other people have said that, but it's just the article was written in very poor taste, very bad taste. And that's tearing down boxing to an extent. Like, this is where we at in the sport, right? More than likely, I guarantee you it's 100% chance that the boxing writer that was on that wrote that about Crawford never fought a day in their life, probably never been punched in their face, really never had a street fight, but they up here talking about how he only fought subpar, sub-level opposition. He only had one 50-50 fight. He decided to fight mediocre this and that. You know, they started like, man, they took their time with that one. I mean, you want to talk about dissing? This is where we at in a world where a guy that never threw a punch, been punched in his face, could sit up here and write a whole article with an actual following, digging into a fighter that's 40-0 successful and just created. He's on the better side of history. The first male undisputed 2-division champion in the 4-belt era. And that's all they had to say about him was a bunch of negative stuff. That's the kind of those are the kind of articles that we can consider as hate. I never sit up there and do what that article did. The only thing they had to say was bad stuff. Even taken away from his most recent win in the Earl Spence win. It was very distasteful, bro. That stuff tears the sport down. I'm telling you. And those be the people that got the biggest platforms. You want to grow? Just go against what everybody else is doing. Tear down the sport. Go at fighters. Go at the PBC. You want to get that stuff grows. It grows fast. It's like people like negativity, man. I'm telling you, I ain't seen too many articles that disrespected Crawford more than that one, bro. I ain't seen too many. Bro. I really feel me in boxing with the young fighters, Boots Destruction and Villa was one of the best fights I've seen in the last 10 years. Yeah, man, he destroyed that man. Cause right. It's just chaos, right. So I think the outlets is so amazing. What's good, fam? How you feeling? Yeah, man. Hey, believe it or not, so amazing. People with bigger platforms than me be in my DM talking about subscribe to them. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it, yo. Some of the stuff that I'm gonna just say some of the people without, because I don't like saying nobody's name. I ain't gotta say his name. You know what I'm talking about. You'd have seen what he said in my DM about Devin Haney, bro. You definitely wouldn't like him. I had to kind of like, you know what I mean? Kind of not give him too much, because I ain't about to go back and forth with that dude. It was real weird, but they be in my inbox talking about subscribe and stuff like that. Fictional facts in his mental circle. Right. You already know it. Yeah. You already know it. Yeah. I will pay for Boots versus Vila type of fight every weekend. No questions asked. Me too. And even that one, after he fought him, it was a tough challenge. People like, he was tailor-made for him. Boots still ain't did this. We still don't know. I'm like, just stop, yo. Boots is special, man. Just accept it. How special remains to be seen. But I think it's no doubt what we've seen over them 30 fights is a very athletically gifted athlete. Very, very. You get what I'm saying? Skillful as they come, man. So, again, he just got to get the opportunities, man, to prove himself. And I can't wait to see him do it, because he's one of the best fighters, I think, best young fighters that we got in the sport. He just has to get his opportunity, same as the rest of these guys that came before him. Unfortunately, I think the way things are materializing and just the timing of things is, I think the Earl and the Crawford fights kind of is going to skip past him. I just don't see him fighting them, but he still can make his own legacy and build, cement his own legacy, and start at 47. We're going to see. Yeah, his career is in limbo, man. I hate to hear that, but Oscar just talking about he going to go right to 154. You know what I'm saying? He going to go right to his ideal weight is at 54 now. So that was crazy to see. See Bruce versus Stanionis. That's a good one, Bole. I don't see why they can't make it, because he ain't getting the championship fight next. You get what I'm saying? I'll tell you what happened. Fighter Boots. If he switches better than anybody I've seen, I'm telling you, D1, that switch is serious, man. Boots and Virgil would have been great. Fact. I hope take his time, right? I hope Virgil could because think about it. I want to point this out with Boots, because a lot of people, I don't think he's impatient or rushing, right? He got more fights than EJ. Boots got more fights than EJ. You get what I'm saying? Just think about that. So it's just a matter of opportunity and timing and things aligning themselves right. So I understand he might not get one of those champions, but at least if he get to fight for a vacant title and can chase down the rest of them titles, I think he could be undisputed next at 47. I really do, unless they try to get in his way. Still Boo's name. Right, he the real Matrix, right. Facts. But that's something to put into perspective. Boots got more fights than EJ, and he just ain't been given a shot. So I don't think he being impatient or none of that. And he's a fighter. He ain't about to price himself out. He ain't about to do none of that extra stuff, bro. He want to fight, and he having so much fun doing it. That's what make Boots dangerous, man. Yeah, Boots and Staniona should be next. Yeah, Dante. True indeed, bro. True indeed. He did. Dante, they don't know how to look at the fact that these guys that he's beating is not elite. Their assessment stops there. If the guy he's beating up is not elite, they feel like he ain't fighting nobody. It's not just the fact that they're not elite. That's one part of the assessment. You got to ask yourself, how bad is he beating these guys? And have they ever been beaten as convincingly as what he beating them in their careers, whether it's before him or after? I don't think that's the case. He getting in here and completely destroying people. They're not even winning rounds against this kid. They said they can't even find a recorded round on record where he lost a round. I just don't think he has. And you could say, oh, it's because of the opposition, whatever, BS. Being able to fight as many rounds as he fought through all of these fights, you add him up and he ain't lost one round yet, is crazy. That dude is special, man. He just got to be given the right opportunity to prove it. And I think, whoever they put him in there with, it's gonna be hell for them, yo. I just think I think 147 is his. Once Bud go up, EJ go up, I think 147 gonna belong to him. Hell yeah, Bole. Definitely. If Ortiz, if he can get himself right, man. Claim was Olympic boxer, and who else blast him out like Boost did? You get what I'm saying, Don? They don't get it, bro. They don't know how to assess the win. They look high. That's not an elite guy. Yeah, okay. Everybody in boxing is not elite. You get what I'm saying? What percentage of boxers in boxing are elite? You get what I'm saying? People just make it seem like everybody's supposed to be elite, like it's regular to just be an elite level fighter. No, it's not regular. It's not just a regular thing. Any old body is an elite level fighter. So you get what I'm saying? You're going to have plenty of guys, more guys than not, that are not elite. But that don't mean you can't still give a reasonable assessment. Get what I'm saying? These dudes are like, I understand Thomas Delorme, right? He's one of the guys that Terence Crawford fought, but he fought Thomas Delorme much earlier. Pieced him up. He stopped Thomas Delorme. He beat his ass, right? But I do remember he lost about maybe the first 3 rounds to Thomas Delorme. You get what I'm saying? Think about how fast Boots got him out of there. I know he fought him at a much later date, but I'm not saying that to compare him and Crawford, but I'm just saying look how convincingly he beat that guy. That's the same guy that won some rounds against Terence Crawford, who we just seen dominated Errol Spence. But when you're a surface level person or a thinker, you don't go that far. You don't try to, you get what I'm saying? You don't peel the layers back and go a little bit deeper. You're just looking for a reason to take from a fighter. He ain't fought nobody. That was a bump. Thomas Delorme ain't nothing. Castillo Clayton ain't this. And Villa ain't that. It's like, man, whatever, man. Y'all never satisfied. Like putting dudes in a protection from Boots program. I'm telling you, they don't want, people are not banging down that dude's door at all. Regular, that's why people are going to continue to talk, right? And that's that casual eye, Jonathan, that people be having. They might make it look regular and easy, but it ain't. That stuff that they doing is hard. Like, look at the move Boots did against Villa. He put himself in the matrix. Like, it's so real. If you ask Boots to do that same move he did to Villa right now on purpose, he probably wouldn't be able to do it because it was so natural when he did it. The time in which he did it, it was just crazy. I'm like, man, that dude different, man. You don't see that he different. You just ain't trying to see it at this point. There ain't nobody in one tank knocks them out just like Terence Crawford. They make them look like nobody's right. They make them, you get what I'm saying? They got the ability to make you look like less than. You know what I mean? Whether you are or whether you're not. You're going to see, though, man. Again, we got some good action. We got a good fight with Jesus Ramos and ERICKSON Lubin coming up. Probably about to start bubbling. Haney versus Prograis. Right. I can't wait to see that fight. There's a lot of great potential fights for 140. Gary Antoine Russell getting back in the mix too, so it's another good thing. Gary Antoine getting back in the mix. I think he's fighting Kent Cruz real soon, so that's good to see him back because he need to get himself back in the mix, man, and make 140 that much better. Brandon's like the Lubin can beat a lot of young prospects. You get what I'm saying, Thomas? People just don't give enough credit to fighters and the guys that they beat. You get what I'm saying? Outside of the elite level, it's like we don't acknowledge no level but the elite level. Prospects, prospects, elite level. Like nothing in between matters. Like it does, because that's how you get the season and groom your fighter, build them, develop them, get them right. You get what I'm saying? Tank Teal might be next. I wish it was Shakur Loma. Yeah, man. I swear, man. Tank and Teal will be a dope-ass fight. Shakur said Loma is next. Like, right now, they waiting to hear back from him. So it's looking like it's Loma. Get what I'm saying? Unless the only way Shakur and Loma don't fight, from what I understand, is if Loma turn it down. We're gonna make sure he wasn't. Neo was bad. Yeah, right. You a fool, bro. Should be told everybody thinks Tank Duck Loma because Floyd said, yeah, right. And I think that Floyd, you know, he put him in that position for some of that stuff to be being said, but I don't think he ducked him. Because if you ask Lomachenko, did he duck him? I'm pretty sure Loma will tell you no. That's sometimes you gotta really listen to them fighters. Like, it's crazy that people will say they'll name about 4 or 5 fighters that's ducking Devin Haney, but Devin Haney will come out and tell you the fighters ain't ducking him. He'll say they're not in a rush to fight him, but you know what I mean? He ain't gonna say they ducking him, which is 2 totally different things. Man, Matiz to get back. Yeah, him and Igashev. Who just put that in here? Somebody just put that. Oh, Bole. Yeah, Matiz and Igashev is coming up next. He getting back in there, Dante. He fighting that guy that was supposed to be lined up to fight Richardson Hitchens. I don't know what happened with that, but Matiz is going to fight him. So that should be an action fight. You know how Matiz fighting Igashev be coming to fight too, so it should be fun. I watched Ryan versus Rolly and purchased it. Me too. I'm supporting it. TV should catch fire using the stick. Right. You can't enjoy no fights on no fire stick. I'd rather just buy it and watch it clean, clear with no interruptions. And I can't call fights with y'all if I'm stealing them. Like, I just can't do it. Rather see Tank clean on 135. I love to see it. Outside of my boy, I love to see it. I was not fighting for a vacant belt. I don't know why he wouldn't, though. I don't know why he wouldn't. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why he wouldn't, because it's like, who he going to fight, Joseph? What better opportunity is he going to have than a WBC belt? You get what I'm saying? And if he really was talking about getting closer to Devin Haney, that would give him an argument. You get what I'm saying? That's the only fight that could put him in that position. If Haney's to even come back down, which I don't think he is. So, but I don't know why Loma wouldn't fight for a vacant belt. I don't know why. You get what I'm saying? It's your opportunity to be champion. You get opportunities after opportunity after not you didn't win. So it's like, know what I mean? But Shakur shot down the Jorge Linares garbage that people was pushing. He's not fighting Jorge Linares. Jorge Linares is fighting Jack Catterall on the DAZN card. Know what I mean? So Shakur, last thing I heard of him, he said he waiting for Loma to see what's up with him. So if Loma say no, then they got to go down the line. Maybe Pedro Cruz, I don't think he'll say yeah. He ain't say yeah last time. I thought maybe he'll say yeah this time with a belt on the line if it comes to him. If he get an opportunity again, we'll see. Have a great weekend. I'll even purchase Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz, even though I know Jake Paul is going to knock. Right. Salute to D1. Appreciate you, man. We're going to rock for about 5 more minutes, man. Shakur not fighting. Linares, I don't even believe Shakur would take that fight. Here, guy, Keyshawn should fight. Yeah, that'll make more sense, right? That'll make more sense. Shakur just should be getting all tests right now and quality fighters. Jermaine Ortiz, De Los Santos, those guys like that, Frank Martins, Pitbull Cruzes, any of these guys that's got some motion, that's winning, that could present a respectable challenge, right? I don't want to see no more. I just want to see quality fights. And he said to your boy, he wants no smoke. Who that? Who said who that? Who you said? Who you talking about, Joe? Because I know you be talking about probably one of these dudes that just be yapping on Instagram. Yapping. These dudes just be yapping on Instagram. They don't really be wanting to fight. Because who was it? If you talking about De Los Santos, he went from Shakur tagging Shakur name. Now he tagging. Who's he tagging now? He tagging some other fighters now. I was like, bro, I don't take him serious. He'll fight, but Shakur would beat his ass, man. I'm convinced. I don't think he'll win a round either. I don't. I ain't even giving him that. He give maybe a round and 2, if that. And that's arguable. That's being generous. But yeah, that De Los Santos is a good fighter. I want to see him fight, but I don't think he got no wins over Shakur. He just don't. He make too many mistakes. He too wide with some of his punches too. And oh, you see what he said? Who that? What Loma say? Loma finally responded. Did he find his you know? Did he say he want to fight? Cause I see. Oh yeah, when he said he had unfinished business with Dev. I'm like, no, you don't. Dev got business with Regis, bro. Would you want to fight or not? How you turning down shots at WBC titles, bro? How are you turning down title shots? What you gonna do? Turn down a title shot for the WBC strap at 35 and then go fight, you know, Cambosis for that IBO title that they just robbed Maxie Hughes for? You know what I'm saying? The Santos ain't tagging Tanker Frank. They all on PBC. Hey, man, call it out, Dante. Call it out, bro, because the other people won't call it out. They'll just say, well, your boy ain't responding. But any other time, when it's Frank and Keyshawn, it's Frank. Keyshawn only calling him out because he on PBC. They know they won't make it. But when it's De Los Santos calling Shakur out, it's, why your boy won't respond? And it ain't the same energy. De Los Santos will fight him, I believe. I don't think he'll be scared to fight nobody, but I think he just be making... You know, I think he understand what a good call. I always said, yeah, Loma acting crazy, Joe. I don't like it. And that's why I told people he was a better amateur than he was a pro. They don't believe me, but whatever. He already lost more times as a professional than he did as an amateur. With way less. He fought, almost 400 fights in the amateurs, only lost one? And he lost 3 times already as a pro. I mean, he lost to a journeyman in Salido, a prospect, arguably, in Tiafimo. You get what I'm saying? And then you fought, what's his name? And when I say prospect in Tiafimo, I mean according to the number of fights. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, so you lost that, and then you lost to a guy that people have said is spoiled and hand-fed. He been given everything. Yeah, that guy, he beat you too. So Loma just... Dev is closer to what they tell us Loma is than Loma. You get what I'm saying? De Los Santos is a banger. That'd be a good fight, Bole, because De Los Santos is going to make it interesting because he got puncher power and he can box a little bit, right? He going to take chances. He's hittable. You get what I'm saying? He tough. He got some grit to him. You know what I mean? He going to make it a good fight, an interesting one. But I don't think he's going to win it, but it still will be good fights. He still can make good fights with people. I'd like to see De Los Santos and Frank Martin. I love to see it. I love to see De Los Santos and Frank Martin too. And again, he's on PBC side. So instead of calling for Shakur and tagging fighters that's on the other side, call out Frank Martin. I agree. Shakur stop more opponents at 135. Let's see. I felt like that too, Thomas. I'll say this, Thomas. I think he'll do more damage. I think he'll be a bit stronger. Now let's see how many knockouts or knockdowns and stuff it'll lead to. But so far, you know what I mean? He got Yoshino, dropped him a couple times, stopped him, got him up out of there. So I noticed from, like, I seen Shakur last 2 fights at the Prudential Center. I was at both of them, right? What I noticed his last fight at 130, like, I seen he was beating the hell out of, what's his name? Conceição. He was beating him up, right? Beating his ass. But when I was in there for his last fight for Yoshino, I could hear the punches more. I can hear him. Like, I distinctly remember hearing the way he was piecing this dude. I was like, damn. I was looking at my girl like, hey, you can hear them punches, right? You're like, yeah. I'm like, man, he looked like he's stronger at the weight. And I was like, he looked more filled in. He looked comfortable. He looked full. He looked healthy there. I'm like, I like to see it, man. So I think he'll be a bit stronger at this weight. And I think as a result, he'll gain more respect. Because I think the fact that people keep talking about his punching power at this point is ridiculous. Like, it's crazy. People will talk about how he fought Valdez and complain about it and said he only pot shot at Valdez, but you ain't going to bring up his most recent win. I don't care who it was over. His most recent win, he went out there and stopped the guy when everybody said it was going to go to 12 rounds. You get what I'm saying? It was going to go the distance, and it did. You know what I mean? There broke his ribs. Going to take as well. I'm telling you. Beat his ass dead. And just reading on Boxing Scene, Boots said he will fight Earl next too. Yeah, Boots want smoke, bro. Appreciate you, bro. You already know, bro. Think 140 is going to be Shakur best division. By his body type, he's going to be a beast at 140. That's true. That's possible. It's very possible, bro. I could see it. I think those would be 2 good weight classes for him. I just want to see him get fights that matter to the people that he want, right? Quality fights. He want to prove how good he is. I believe him. And I just want to see. I want to see just how good he is. And I hope his next fight is a Lomachenko. I know people keep saying Loma not going to fight for a vacant belt. But again, I'm going to go with Shakur saying that's the direction they're going. So if it's not Loma, it's not going to be Shakur's fault. And I want everybody to keep that same duck energy. I don't even like calling fighters duck. I'm going to just say he don't want no smoke. Like, I hate the duck talk, but Loma shouldn't turn down an opportunity that, if you being honest, he really shouldn't even be getting after taking the loss. But we'll just have to wait and see. If he don't man up, then we don't get to see it. A1 Hoop Zone, my brother. What's good with it, A1? How you feeling, bro? We'll see. So just to wrap up, y'all, Clarissa Shields and Keith Thurman, they need to scrap that whole idea. That's not a fight that boxing need. We've been getting far too many great fights this year for that to be the case. That doesn't need to be one of them. It shouldn't be one of them. Much respect to her. She's great. She's the best, best female fighter we got in boxing. You get what I'm saying? We know the resume, the multiple times undisputed. We get it about 3-time undisputed. She's special, man. She is the GOAT by every sense of the imagination, man. She's great, but in no way, shape, or form would this be a great move. I think every move that she's made thus far since becoming a boxer has been moves of greatness that displayed greatness at a high level. Each win, she's like walking history. She's really making history her story. Every time she get in the ring, it's something to see. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like she just need to continue to stay a bit patient, because I know the talent pool is just not as deep with the women. But be a little patient. You got a Shadeja Green that's right there that can challenge you, and she damn sure don't fight like one of these women that you fought before. So you definitely gotta entertain that fight. I think that's a real challenge for you. I think that's real smoke. I think that's gonna be one of the biggest fights to make in women's boxing in about a couple fights. After she take care of business Saturday against Olivia Curry, I expect her to knock her out. I think that's a stay busy fight. She should have Savannah Marshall right after that. I don't care if it's in the UK or in the States. I feel like Shadeja Green is going to beat her up, possibly stop her. If she don't stop her, she's going to beat her up pretty good. So I can't wait to see that. And I feel like after she beat up Savannah Marshall, then there's no other obstacle or barrier in between her and Clarissa Shields getting a fight. Clarissa Shields already said she'll kindly move out their way, let them handle their business, and then she could fight the winner of Green and Marshall. She's more than cool with that. Salute to my bro A1, man. Much love and appreciation, Brody. So lose for Thurman. Yeah, you can fight a woman even in the exhibition, not even for charity, because you're an active fighter, and there's more than enough smoke for you at the weight class where you campaign at. So the last thing people need to see is you getting in here. You get what I'm saying, with a female, especially the one that we love, and she's been great. Like, people think people don't like you now, they're not gonna like you for entertaining a fight with Clarissa Shields while you were still an active fighter. Get what I'm saying? Just doesn't make a lot of sense. Salute to my bro A1 Hoop Zone and that Super Chase. I'm gonna have to start calling you Brother Do or Bummer Clock Do, man. You already know Bummer Clock Malcolm Do. You know it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll take y'all back to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my bro A1. You a fool. Fool, man. He's a fool.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your JusDueBoxing.
Salute to my bro A1, man. Appreciate you, Brody. You know it, man. I had to take him back. I had to tell him how dedicated I was to this fight. You know what I'm saying? I went and got, you know what I mean? Got me a new hairdo, you know what I'm saying? I grew hair for him, you know what I'm saying? All in a day, man. How many people y'all know gonna grow hair in a day? Y'all, D-Man, my brother. What's good with it, D-Man? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you sliding through. I was just saying, wrapping up anyway, man. Another dope build as always. Again, we just gonna keep grinding, building, growing. Y'all know how we do. Talking is good boxing. One more thing for y'all that came in late. Jesus Ramos and ERICKSON Lubin fight is on the Canelo and Charlo undercard. So that's a banger for us to look out for. ERICKSON Lubin and Jesus Ramos, man. Another tough fight for ERICKSON Lubin. It's not one that he can't win, but it's going to be a very tough fight. I'm just being honest. I'm not thinking or picking with my heart. I'm coming with my brain. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's going to be a tough battle for him, but it's one that he can win, but he's going to have to put it together on the night. He's going to have a game plan intact for this young boy, because Jesus Ramos, what is he, 22 years old? Is he 20-0, 16 knockouts? Dude got an 80% KO ratio, so he ain't playing. He punched, got power in both hands. He's a two-handed fighter, which makes him dangerous. You get what I'm saying? He's not a guy that relies on the left or the right too much. Nah, he get the job done with both hands, and that makes him, like I said, very dangerous. You know, a lot of guys, a lot of fighters, especially younger fighters, they had that one punch, you know, or usually their strong hand develop very well, but then they'll struggle with the offhand, and that's just not the case with him. So he's not a guy that you could count on getting tired. He throw a lot of punches. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, got a hell of a gas tank, good conditioning. He's responsible defensively, nothing special defensively, but he stays behind that high guard a lot of times, a high guard, and he's come forward, and if you can't stand in front of him, Lubin is gonna have to get his and get out. If he don't, he's gonna be getting touched, and this dude can punch, like I said. Over here laughing, typing out, yeah. Over here laughing. Because you're a fool, bro. You already know it, you're a fool. Salute to my bro Marcus, man. LaMarcus, appreciate you, family. Bole as well. Salute to the Queen, Miss Joette. Retiring is a strategy for more money. Daniel, I think I think he's retiring. I don't think it's a strategy because and again, when he say soon, he wasn't trying to like trick people, right? I think he was being very open in the moment. He was saying like you know, in terms of what he got left, like him being 36, about to be 36, he said he's not gonna let the sport retire him. So he's gonna retire from the sport before it retires him. He say not interested in Canelo. And it's like he not like threatening retirement, right? He's just telling you, like, you know, he just don't see himself fighting until he's 40 or something like that. So I believe him. And that's something he mentioned before that I spoke on, and he reiterated it in that Hot 97 interview. If you ain't catch it, go check it out, Daniel. It was a good interview. Send him a real solid job against Ramos. Yeah, it's definitely about the angles, right? If you see what I'm saying, Bole, you can't stand right in front of that boy. You can't. Salute the big dog Willie in the super chat. He say, who want more smoke? Durant and Keith Thurman. Who wanted more smoke? Shoot, man. You know, that ain't even a question, right?
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your JusDueBoxing.
Salute the big dog Willie in that super chat. Get Mayweather money. Now I feel you, Daniel. I just think he being honest. So at the same time, he like, look, if y'all, you know, I'm only gonna be here for a couple more fights. That's what I hear when I hear soon. I hear he got a couple more fights. I don't think, you know, he's willing to, you know, fight so much more than, you know what I mean? He got 40 wins, like he said. He ain't chasing the 50-0. He said Floyd can have it. And I think he'll be all right. I think he really gonna get a couple fights in and be gone though. I like them both. Who you talking about? Durant or Keith Thurman? I still rock with Keith. I just want to see him fight. Like, you know, get back in the ring and fight somebody, man. He this Clarissa Shields thing is blowing me a little bit. It's like that should motivate him. Clarissa Shields should motivate him. If he's not been motivated by the number of great fights that they made for this year, if none of those fights motivate him, all this undisputed, you know, achievements and people making history, traveling to make great fights, all this stuff, if that doesn't motivate him, the fact that a female is calling you out for the smoke should motivate you, bro. The fact that she really thinks she could outbox you is alarming, bro. And you should want to kick her ass. You should want to kick some ass, not her ass. You know what I mean? You should want to get in the ring and fight somebody. But we'll see, man. But that's not a fight we need, man. Jay Wash, what's good, family? How you feeling, bro? And it'll be interesting to see what's next for Crawford. You know, is it Errol Spence rematch at 54? If after that, will he ever be able to get, you know, Crawford? I mean, a Charlo fight? If not, could Boots ever make it to fight on things we don't know? We just have to wait and see, right, man? But again, as always, boxing is in a good place. This year is thriving. It continues to deliver. And I want to see who's the rest of the undercard for Canelo and Charlo for the 30th of September. But so far, we got Jesus Ramos and ERICKSON Lubin reported on that undercard. So that's a good fight, a good banger to look out for, man. So with that, man, we gonna get up out of here. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Good Friday. As always, man, we're gonna be back tomorrow to call these fights like we always do. Is it today? Oh. Tripping, man. But again, man, salute to the fam in the building. Y'all punch the like button on the way out if y'all haven't. And y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of this Good Friday, man. Rest of the Good Friday.
How much?
40 grand.
A piece?
Oh, down the middle.
No. That ain't even enough.
The fuck you mean that's not enough, man?
I got a lifestyle to maintain here.
What kind of lifestyle, man, you filthy motherfucker? You got a pantry full of dog food, but I don't see no dog.
Dog under the bed, nigga. You lucky he didn't attack your ass when you came in.
You the dog,
motherfucker. That's funny, man. That's funny, man. They said that's how Shakur dad was negotiating. Omega Red was good, family. How you feeling, my bro? Appreciate you sliding through. You said Showtime has a card tonight. They do. You know what? Somebody sent DM me that. You talking about, and it caught me off guard because it's on a Friday again, man. I gotta check it out. Then I'm gonna be check. Appreciate that, Bola. You just reminded me. I gotta tune in to the young boy Keith Cologne, man. He about to fight at 7 o'clock. I want to see what he do, man. He's the #1 ranked amateur in Puerto Rico. If I remember, I had him on a couple months back, man. So his pops called me while I was on stream and told me that they're gonna be fighting to look out for. So not only am I gonna watch that, I'm definitely gonna show some love. I wish I could stream it and watch it without no issues, but I don't know if I could. I wish I could, but we'll see, man. But with that, man, we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. Much love and appreciation. Peace to my bro Mike Biggs Boxing, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all already know how we do. Peace to the fam.